making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh, taking it too far. Nothing to hold now. I'm falling apart. Out in the cold now. Breathing underwater now. I can't let go. Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues, and we are continuing. Actually, I guess we're just starting playoffs here. The first week of playoffs, first game of playoffs, and I'm joined by the lovely Mallow himself. Mallow, how we doing?
Man, I'm doing well. I can't wait to get started, man. The first matchup here, it's going to be a good one, as well as the rest of them tonight. The other two, I can't wait to get started. These teams, it's going to be a spicy matchup.
You know, we got to kick off the playoffs of season 11 with Rockerman on the pitch. You know, it's just meant to be. And so we have Ascension versus Race in the Challenger League. And honestly, two really scary teams here. A lot of well-known names. But man, Mallow, it's going to be a good game either way. And I think this one, I have faith in Ascension. That's going to be my prediction here early. But it's going to be a close one no matter what.
Yeah, it is, and I'm trying to figure out one of these players' names. They're kind of close to the name, so I was doing a little bit of management stuff here. But one of the things I will say starting off here is thank goodness I don't have to try and stream this and cast this at the same time. Finally getting some rest there. Shout out to Crip for streaming tonight. Big shout out to him. We got two good teams here, and looking at this right now, I see Ascension winning it.
Yeah, it'll be a good game either way. But yeah, you know what, I call it Rocker Man bias. Um, that's who I'm probably gonna have to go with here. But we've got there's Quake on the other team, who I know. I specifically remember, Mallow, you and I have cast Quake before. We had a lot of trouble pronouncing his name, but we had to say his name a lot because he just scored so often. So I know he's a very good player as well. And obviously we got Squirrel, who I'm surprised to see in Chally, honestly. And he was pretty good in Rival last season, so seeing him in the playoffs in Chally, not a surprise, and I kind of expect to see some of that Rival experience to really show through here.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And both like you said, Quake, who I know I pronounced this Quack for quite a while there, but Quake, you got Quake and Squirrel here. They're two of the top players in Challenger, and you mentioned surprised to see Squirrel in Challenger. Um, I am too, but when you take a break like that, sometimes it can be a little tough climbing back up, but he's been one of the reasons why the Ascension is where they are right now. In the play-in slash playoffs. I can't say the same for myself because I'm totally out of it. But uh, doing well in the top 10 as a player here. I think we're about ready to get them going. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're ready to get into this game number one. I know they are ready to get into this game number one, Mallow, and so it's about time we get season 11 playoffs started. These guys, they got the not only stream nerves, but this is the first game of playoffs in general, um, on stream at least. So a little bit more nerves on top of there. But yeah, it looks like everybody's ready here. Looks like everybody's ready to go. I'm ready to go. You have Ascension winning. I'm gonna have Ascension winning in four. Well, Mallow, you got a prediction for me for the game score too?
I'm looking at this. I think they might go to game five. Quake is not going to make it easy. Quake and the rest of the wraiths here, they're not going to make it easy for Ascension. I think it's going to go back and forth. But to me, uh, right now, I see Ascension winning in five, but it's going to be a back and forth. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a two in a row that rates get, and they're up 2-1 and then lose the next two or something. But we'll see here. Just trying to get this one person situated because they apparently have changed their name and did not let anyone know. So that's a reason why the little delay there. Trying to
Yeah.
do management things at the same time here while casting. It's not very fun. But sometimes you got to do it. That's part of the job there. So let's see here. Uh, I don't
Alrighty.
even know what it is.
They're ready to
Yeah,
go. That's all I
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
They're in the game. In fact, we are getting kickoff started here. So Nemesis playoffs have officially begun here. We're gonna start off with Quake taking this one right off kickoff, looking for a pass mid. It's gonna be met by Rogue. Got a good demo from Rockerman as well, but a good shot. Squirrel. His
Oh,
save is not gonna be a save at all, and Eggy D getting the first goal in 10 seconds.
wow, that was they're not making me regret it yet, but Squirrel there tapping that ball, giving Rogue no chance whatsoever to try and defend it. And you hate to see that if you're an Ascension fan, but it is early. It's game one. Maybe a little bit of stream nerves. I know, Squirrel, I don't think he's played in a playoff game in a couple of seasons now because I think he took a break last season. So, maybe there's some playoff nerves going on with him, especially. But it is Challenger, so you can't have too many nerves. Otherwise, you're going to get scored on quickly and often, like right now.
Yeah, a really good counterattack. Good physical play coming out here from the Wraiths. Quake getting a really good bump on Rockerman, though. Rockerman there. He also got the bump on Rogue, so Quake, he gets the assist, but it was really his goal to begin with. Great setup play there. So we will see if these Wraiths can continue, and if I'll lose all the money I bet on Ascension.
Fake money. Fake money.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, fake money. We don't gamble. Anyway. Channel points, that's all.
there
But
you go.
Rogue getting a good clear as Quake now going to get another good shot, and a lot of free shots here coming out. I feel like the midfield challenging has not been great out of Ascension. They kind of need a faster second man, but a really good shot there from Mark TD, that's what we'll call him, is Rogue able to get that one. It's Quake, again, just being in the midfield, being an absolute menace, a nuisance. Rogue now, who has a good mechanical skill, going for the flip reset, doesn't get any reset though, but it is still over one. No shot coming out here from Rockerman though, as Mark Rios is gonna get 50. Rockerman's there, can he get a shot? No, it's gonna slide right past him. Quake with not a lot of boost, still able to get it past one. Squirrel's touch, gonna look for a pass now over to Rockerman. Not gonna come through, but Rockerman with 0 boost goes anyway. Rogue electing to leave that one, and Quake hits his teammate in midair. Could have been an insane goal, just gonna go wide. And we still have 3 minutes left to play in this game. Squirrel looking for a first good opportunity from Ascension. Not gonna happen there though, as we've seen one shot come out from Ascension, and it wasn't that great of one. Finally, Rockerman gonna put another one on the board. Ascension looking to build a little pressure here. 3 minutes remaining. Finally, we're seeing some offense here from Ascension, but it's been all Wraith so far.
Yeah, it has been, and right now, looking at the scoreboard, only 2 shots by Ascension. You can't be one of the top 10 players in Challenger League if you're not, doing a lot as far as making an impact. And right now, that's exactly what's happening with Squirrel. Not doing a whole bunch right now, but it is still early on. It's about half over for this game 1. They're down 2-0. They need to score here rather quickly if they want to get back into this game.
Yeah, scoring is one option, but they got to make sure they don't get scored on here as a shot going to come through. No, it's going to be Rogue getting that clear. And Rogue kind of seemed to be the initiator for a lot of offense so far from Ascension. Little offense that there is, but I want to see Rockerman and Squirrel step up, but that's not going to be a good challenge from Squirrel. Rockerman does make up for it, though, as Rogue's touch does go far, but he does get a good 50. That one bouncing back mid. Rockerman going to take his time, does not have any boost. And just not a great challenge there is Eggy D now looking for a pass mid. It's going to be Rockerman getting that long clear, but it's straight to Quake, and Quake going to have a good shot. Squirrel does get the save. Rogue trying to get the clear. Double commits coming out from Wraiths. Rockerman tries to pop that one over one, but in the end, going to the other corner. Squirrel again off the backward, not making the touch. Rogue, good 50 from Quake. Rockerman finally breaking 100 with that save, as Rogue now has to put that one up high. And another save coming out from Ascension. But there's so much pressure, so much opportunities here. And it's going to be Quake with another shot. That one going to bounce wall. Oh my god, it just bounced wide. Rockerman got a touch. Quake still was able to get a finger on it, but not going to go into the net, as Marcurios trying to get the clear. Rogue now, trying to cut that one inside, looking for Squirrel. Squirrel off the sidewall. It's going to be Rockerman there. No, it's going to be Quake who's put that ball up high. Rockerman taking his time, trying to get it clear, but another double commit coming out from Ascension, and that's what I've seen so much of. But finally, a good team play. Squirrel shot, not going to go in. That ball bouncing high. Can he get a follow-up shot from Rogue? No, it's going to be Quake getting the clear. And Rockerman's not going to get a single touch on the ball, and Quake with 0 boost. Still able to put on so much pressure, and it just feels like Ascension can't do anything right now, Mallow, as they still are down 0-2 with 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and this is a team game and stuff, but we're seeing a lot from Rogue, but not really a whole bunch from Squirrel and Rockerman. They are there, but if you want to be able to do something, you gotta have more than one person do things. As Rogue gets another shot there, I fully suspect that we just might be seeing Ascension just kind of looking and seeing how they're going to do game 2 and beyond. Maybe they're just doing a little scouting. I don't know. But right now, Wraiths, they're on top of this series 1-0 as they win this game 1.
Yeah, I don't know. That scouting report not looking too good if you are Ascension. They kind of just got outclassed everywhere except for saves. You know what? They had a couple epic saves, but to be honest, there's 8 shots to 3. That's about as good of a compliment that or
11
as good of
shots
a.
to 3.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 11 shots to 3. I don't know what I was. I
I
think I
think you're
saw
looking
8,
at the
8
saves.
saves, 8 saves. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But man, it's like well, they just got absolutely outclassed. The physicality. Kuwak, he didn't get demos, but he got bumps, and so it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but it shows up on the scoreboard with another goal getting added as well. So it just seems like Wraiths kind of felt more like a cohesive unit there. Ascension felt like a one-man team with Squirrel and Rockerman kind of trying to help out where they could, but not a whole lot. I thought Rogue played really well there, and I think Squirrel and Rockerman had good ideas. They literally just did not hit the ball, though. It was like, could have been a good play, did not hit the ball, so it turned out to be a bad play. So little mistakes like that can get fixed really quickly, Mallow, but also it can spiral and you start making even bigger mistakes. So we'll have to see if Ascension can turn this game 2 around as we get right into here. Game number 2 on Urban Central. Mallow, you think Ascension's going to turn this one around, or you think Wraiths are going to go up 2-0? Oh gosh.
Uh, well, I was about to say something different there if that was a goal, but I could see the Ascension team coming back on this game 2 here, but I think Squirrel and Rockerman will wake up here, get some involvement, help out Rogue as Rogue just takes that one in. That was a good pass there. It dimed up Rogue, and it just stuck to Rogue's car there. Rogue getting that first score, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're an Ascension fan here early in this game too.
Yeah, I will say from my angle, it did look a lot more like an outplay. But on that replay, yeah, I don't know if you saw, but the defenders kind of touch lips there. They decided to kiss and bump each other off the ball. So I don't know how that happened, but you know what? Ascension takes that as they finally are on the scoreboard in this series. They also take the first lead they've had all series. Rockerman, little awkward position, does get that one over to Eggy. Squirrel now has to make the challenge, and he does, but that was straight out mid. A good shot, Rogue. Can you get there in time? No. A great turn and shoot there from Macarios.
Oh man,
and
Eggy. I thought Eggy pinched it, but it was a hit off a Squirrel's car. Squirrel sent that thing flying to the middle. It just went directly to him, and the Wraiths they're tied this game up really quickly, and that's not what you want to see if you're an Ascension fan. Them answering as fast as they did, especially after game 1, the way it happened, you don't want to find yourself going down potentially here shortly if they're answering that quickly.
Yeah, and kind of an overcommit here from Ascension. Leaves a couple of members out of position, but they're able to get the ball cleared, and Rockerman and Rogue double commit once again. Squirrel now left alone. He is on the back wall, though, to answer that touch. Is Rockerman on the sidewall, trying to get out to Rogue. Rogue is going to be met by Eggy D. So Rockerman's still there, but the pass goes backwards. And that's the kind of touch I was talking about, Mallow. The idea is there, but the execution's not. And Eggy D on 0 boost, able to get that goal, taking Wraiths up 2-1.
Yeah, they're definitely trying on that offense, but they're paying for it with the counterattacks like that one. The thing is, when you try those passes like that, the way that Ascension is right now, it kind of looks like you're playing boomer ball, but they're not. They're trying to get those passes. It's just not connecting the way they want them to, and they've been paying for it just about every time that they get it. But of course, I say that, and Rogue gets an immediate answer, and it for the Ascension team, it's been the Rogue show.
Yeah, but what a pass there from Rockerman, and Rogue obviously able to put that one away. But that's the kind of team play that we expect out of Ascension. And finally, looks like the link up is starting to work. Now, can Rogue continue this kind of scoring spree he's been on, or will this Wraiths offense strike first? Not a great touch there from Eggy Wake, able to react in time though, and a good pass there from Macarios, but that one's going to go high. Rockerman with 0 boost, and the Wraiths offense answered that question very quickly. Once again, Mallow scoring within 20 seconds of that goal.
Yeah, that's been the story so far on every single goal that which has only been 2 because they didn't score any in the first game. That's been the story for Ascension this time on their defenses. They're getting oh no. Not like this. Not like this. Ascension, the kickoff there, and Rockerman just barely missed that. It looked like. I feel those. I see those all the time. I feel this pain.
Oh no! See, you always like it's always coming a little. You always think you have a little bit more time than you do whenever it's bounced off the wall like that, and so it comes a little bit faster at you than you're ready for, and so that one could be super dangerous off kickoff. And once again off kickoff, it's gonna be Rogue trying to pass it down to Squirrel, but that ball does get blocked by Quake. Quake with another good 50. Squirrel does put that one up high, but a good bump coming out from Quake, stopping Rockerman in his tracks. Rogue last man back. Rogue got to stop the pass, and he does. That ball does float high, though. Rockerman looking for the counter, but he doesn't have any boost to work with.
Oh,
Quake
no.
pops out over Squirrel. Quake pops that ball over the crossbar as Rockerman has to get that cleared. Now Rockerman, 0 boost. Gonna look for a bang downfield, and a really good bang it is, but Eggy D is there for the touch. Quake gonna be able to follow it, and the Eggy D to Quake combo has been really effective so far. A good shot there from Maka, as that ball does go high. That ball floating. Eggy D hits the crossbar, and man, I don't know if they're doing a crossbar challenge or not, but Wraith's not able to put that one away. Once again. Rockerman backwards, but he does react in time. Squirrel now, a little bit of time. Has a teammate. Rockerman puts that one high off the backboard. Rockerman is not able to get there, but Quake does respond. Rockerman tries to drop that one for his teammate, but only one there is going to be Quake, who now looking for a teammate. Eggy D not going to be able to react to that fast pass. Rockerman now looking for Rogue on the other end. Rogue gonna backflip and not get there in time. Squirrel already up, trying to continue this pressure. Ascension, they know they need to score, but so do Race as Eggy D gets that long clear. Rocker Rios with a great touch. Rockerman has to clear that one to his own corner. As Quake now trying to find a pass mid, but Eggy D gonna be there. Rogue touch off the backboard. Rockerman trying to follow, not gonna get there as Quake gets met by Rogue mid-air. There's a minute remaining. Eggy D's gonna have a shot. That shot gonna go slow and low. Squirrel does get a long clear. Rogue's gonna be there. Rogue looking for a pass mid, and Rockerman couldn't put it on. He's a pass back to Rogue. Rogue looking back to Rockerman, not gonna get through. And Ascension getting a little too cute with it. Maybe could have just shot the ball, but instead it's gonna be 2-4, still with 50 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and right now they need to. There we go. I was about to say they need to score here if they want to try and get back into this game, and they were able to there. Good job by Rockerman sending that down to field, and Rogue able to squeeze that in there past Eggy, and we still got a ball game here in game 2.
Game 2 not in the books quite yet. Rogue got to keep it alive here as he does, but 40 seconds remaining. You want that goal sooner rather than later. Game tying goals could be a huge swing in not only the game but the series. This could prevent going down 0-2. I will say though, they still have another opportunity even if they lose this series. Whatever team does lose, but Rogue does not want to be that team to lose here. 18 seconds remaining here. Rogue gets a long clear, gets 100 boost. That ball pops up high, going for a bump, not going to get there. Eggy D, not a great touch. It's going to be Squirrel with the long clear. It's not going to be on target. Rogue, can you get there? He can. That shot going to go high, and it's going to be Squirrel there for the shot. The slot! And with 3 seconds remaining, we have Ascension tying it up.
Oh my goodness. If they didn't tie that up after I said that during that exact moment, I don't know what I would have done. But Squirrel in the clutch, getting his first, I believe that was his first goal there, because Rogue had a hat trick for this game. And I think we might be going to overtime. We'll see here. Do we get overtime? Oh, what a pinch there. Oh, yeah, we get overtime. Overtime, game 2, Flip. Oh, man. Can the Ascension team crawl back into this and win game 2, tying the series up?
It would be a great statement and a pretty big momentum shifter here. Race, I think they thought they had it in the bag, but a couple crossbar hits and a bad challenge there. Bad backflip from Rogue. Could have been devastating, but instead they stay alive. That ball gets popped up high. Now Rockerman looking for a pass mid. That one going to be a good demo, but Quake able to collect it. Not a lot of boost. Goes to the Cuxer pinch. That ball going to be met by Rogue, who clears that ball long. And Eggy D kind of awkward touch here. That ball's going to go way far, though, as Quake now with 100 boost. A good bounce. Can he do anything with this one? He gets it over one. Squirrel has to be the man to challenge. Good challenge there from Squirrel. Maka Rio's taking his time on it. That ball gets 50 back towards the midfield. Eggy D couldn't get a touch. Rockman pops it high. Rogue in the air, but Quake is there first. Quake gonna take control of this one. Not a lot of boost. Just pops it up high for his teammate. Macarios to the backboard. Can he get the double? Not before Rockerman gets the clear. Rockerman looking for the double. Eggy D's gonna have a touch on it, but Rogue's gonna meet him there. Macarios taking control. A little bit of time, a little bit of space. Not a teammate in midfield though. Should be Quake. Taking this one to the sidewall, looking for a pass to Eggy D. He does have the flip reset. No more boost to work with, though, so Squirrel going to have that long clear. Rogue now trying to get a touch. No touch coming through. A good demo on the back end, but Squirrel not a lot of boost. Can't go for it. A good pass over to Rockerman. Can he get it back mid? He can! The team play for Ascension comes through!
Oh, man, that was a beauty there. That was a sight to see. Good play there by Rockerman. Good setup there to send it over the Rogue. Both Squirrel and Rogue were there for that one. And Ascension tying this series back up 1-1. And that I wouldn't say that would be like a must win if they had lost Flip, but it's definitely a lot more difficult to try and come back down 2-0 in a series. But here we are. Ascension did not let that happen. Definitely saw more life in them this series. One thing that I think they did a lot better on the second half of that game, especially, was boost management. They were getting starved quite a bit for game one and at least half of that game two, and they did a good job there at the end getting that boost management back because, like I said, Wraiths they were flying all over the field taking all those boosts.
Yeah, I will say it's got to be a dagger if you're the Wraiths here. You can't feel good about being up 2-4 with about a minute left and then losing in overtime 5-4. Not what you want to see. Rogue putting on a generational type of performance, shooting 4 goals on 5 shots. Really well done there from Rogue as well. Now, can we see Ascension continue this, or will Wraiths strike back? They are a team that likes to get aggressive, so I have a feeling that they're not going to let that last game, resonate in their minds for a while. But Eggy D, with not a great showing there, Arcarios able to make it up for him. That ball high off the backboard. Eggy D looking for the shot, not going to connect though. Quake able to keep that ball in play. Rogue looking for Rockerman. He doesn't have a lot of boost. Rogue looking for a flick over one, but Eggy D's able to get there. Rockerman with not a lot of boost, still able to get the clear past one. Arcarios really awkward positioning. Quake not able to get the touch, and Rockerman getting blessed by a couple whiffs. Still not able to make anything happen. He had no boost to work with, but still more pressure here for Ascension as Rogue puts that ball off the backboard. A miss from Macarios, but Squirrel expected him to hit that one. Rockerman now. It's going to be Rogue actually taking control of this ball. Not a lot of boost to work with. It's going to be Quake getting the 50. Squirrel and Rockerman double commit, but it's going to be Ascension clearing that ball downfield. Squirrel now going to get a 50 on Eggy D. And Macarios looking for a shot, but that ball going to get bounced up high by Eggy D. Quake is going to be there for the shot. Is it in? No! Rogue with the epic save, and Ascension survived. Both these teams throwing some punches. It's like it's going to be Ascension getting this first goal in game number 3.
Oh, man, what a sequence there. That defensive or that offensive demo by Eggy D on Squirrel, and Squirrel able to come back and not really do much on that play, but get, I guess, kind of in the way there at the end. Rockerman doing most of that damage there, trying to get in the way of Quake, and was able to. And oh no, I thought that was in, but it's in the other way. Man, speaking of Quake.
Yeah, really good shot, but also really good demo from Eggy D. Just to, those demos, man, they're so impactful, and a lot of times go unnoticed. But that's a really, really good demo there. Heads up play from Eggy D. Quake making a really good shot as well. So Ascension, they had the lead. The race tied it up quickly once again, just like game number 2. Now, can Ascension take this lead back, or Wraiths? Are you going to start ramping up the offense once again here? As Quake now looking for a pass towards the midfield. That was off the backboard. Squirrel going to clear that one to the sidewall. Eggy D's first man there. He's going to try to pop it over Squirrel. Squirrel going for a demo. Not going to happen there, but that ball straight to Quake. And Quake with a help from great demo from Eggy D and help from Macarios, able to get this goal. But a huge team play here for the Wraiths.
Yeah, Eggy D showing why he is in the top 15 for demos per game, coming in at 1.31, which is 12th overall. Rockerman in top 10 at 6th, but Eggy D really the one making those impactful demos, as we're seeing here with the second important demo here, getting the Wraiths the lead here, 2-1, uh, roughly about halfway in this game 3. Almost said 2.
Game 3, about 2.5 minutes remaining. Both these teams not looking to give up an inch, but Wraiths, they've been a lot better, it seems like, at taking goals away from Ascension.
Uh-oh.
And looks like Quake trying to do that once again. Not going to happen there, though. Eggy D, been a great demoer, been a great offensive threat as well. Had a hat trick in game number 2, but not going to get anything there. Quake's touch going to go high as he's now looking for a pass. No, it's going to be Marco Rios with a touchdown. There's a little double commit there, allows Ascension to get out, but Rockerman doesn't make any contact. He's going to leave it for Squirrel, actually, as Rogue. Last man back, not a lot of boost. Tries to put it high. No, he puts it low under Quake. Quake thought he was going high, so did I. And great fake out there, but Rockerman now looking for a pass mid. Not going to happen on the first touch. Happens on the second touch. Squirrel's there, off the post. What a save from Quake. I don't know how he got save credit, but apparently Quake's made a save. I couldn't even understand what was happening, but Ascension thought they had a goal for sure, and Wraiths once again snatched one away. 2 minutes remaining here. Rockerman looking for a clear downfield. That's going to be Quake. Twirl on the opposite side. Going to collect this ball. Gets a clear downfield. Macario's going to get a touch towards the center. Eggy D able to get that ball cleared, and Mallow, minute half remaining. Wraiths looking to score one more time, and they just look to be unstoppable, and Eggy D is always leading the charge with these demos.
Yeah, Eggy D is a huge part of their offense right now with the demos, and you know, it's a stat line you don't really see on the scoreboard, but it's an important one, as you can see here, with the rates being up 2, with a minute and 35 remaining. He's kind of been doing it all. A little bit of goal scoring, a little bit of demoing. I think I even saw a pass or two earlier in the series from him. He doesn't have much here. And, you know, like I said, 80 points, that's not a stat line you'll see on the scoreboard, but it's an important one right now.
I want you to know he must have gotten it cleared, because before that, he was at 58 points that whole time. And I was like, man, this guy deserves so much more credit than that scoreboard's giving him. But there's still a minute remaining, and I hate to say it, but we've seen Wraiths choke these before. So they're looking to not do that and have a repeat of game number 2. Eggy D trying to be the one to start it off. Try to get a bigger lead, but no, it's going to be Quake missing that touch, and Squirrel looking for a counter. That touch going to go towards the midfield, a little awkward. Rogue with the shot, and uh-oh, don't sound the alarm bells quite yet, but it's looking like a game 2 repeat.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this deja vu again? Because I swore we just saw this like 7 minutes ago, because right around the same exact time, Ascension score one with roughly a minute remaining, and here we are, we're seeing it again. You know, are we going to see Eggy D and the Wraiths pick this back up and ensure that they win this game 2 and go on match point? Or are the Ascension going to climb back into this and potentially tie it up?
I don't know, but either team looking for this huge game 3, put the other team on match point. It is always massive in a best-of-5 series. Rockerman looking to get that offense going with a touch off the backboard. Now looking for a mid-pass.
No.
That one's looming.
No way.
And you'll never guess it. But Ascension tie it up once again.
Oh, no. Oh, what a pass there by Rockerman, and overzealous defense right there will hurt you, and they definitely paid for it there. 14 seconds flip, 3-3. Are we going into OT, or will somebody score here before the buzzer sounds?
It could be Quake being the hero. No, not going to happen there. Macarios puts it high. Looking for the bump. He gets the bump. But Eggy D didn't expect it, and that ball falls. We have overtime here in game 3, and just like game 2, Ascension looking to snatch this game away from the jaws of the Wraiths. Rockerman looking to not be the man to mess up, but it's going to be Macarios taking that right out of Ascension's hands. 0 boost to work with. Rockerman doesn't get the touch. Squirrel dives in, and a goal there saves the Wraiths' mental, most likely, because Mallow, if they lost that game, well, I'm not sure my mental could have handled it.
I 100% agree there, and And Ascension here too. I think I'd be the same way. Losing this one in overtime like that after crawling back in, and shot wise, rates are definitely up there. It's just that the defense of Ascension has been great, other than the times that it hasn't. And unfortunately, it is the thing that is plaguing them here. Is their defense here? They're roughly one third is where they're hurting a lot. They aren't able to keep the ball close. They either send it back. There's been a lot of boom ball when it comes to that. They've been getting demoed, been getting bumped. So rates here, able to put on a clinic without having to, without having to see, you look on the scoreboard, AED, right, 138. All those bumps and demos, though, that there alone is what kept the rates in this matchup, I think, because the team play from Ascension has been pretty good. It's their defense.
Yeah, and that defense, and it's just silly little mistakes. It is literally just, it's not, sometimes it's positioning, but mainly it's just not hitting that ball when you need to hit the ball. And man, at the end of the day, what more is Rocket League than a game about cars hitting some balls? So, not gonna be favorable for them. But Ascension, they can bounce back here, but it's still looking like Wraith's game to lose. A good touch there, but Squirrel switching over to the Dominus. Rocketman, once again, not getting contact on the ball. I think he thought the other guy was hitting it, but at that point, why do you jump? You might as well just not jump and take your time. And I think Rocketman, he just seems a little bit too eager, a little too antsy, and it's causing a lot of mistakes. But there's still plenty of Rocket League left to be played, especially if they win this game, but you got to stop Quake from getting that goal. Rocketman does so that time. Rogue looking for a clear over to Squirrel. Squirrel pops that one up high. Marco Rios with not a touch. He's going to leave it for Eggy D, but it's going to be Rogue up in the air. Who could be so dangerous, but Quake shuts him down. Squirrel now trying to continue this pressure. Not a lot of boost to work with. Goes for a demo. Not going to happen there. Rogue going to get that touch over to Rocketman, who does not have a lot of boost to work with. Quake going to put that ball towards the mid. Rocketman with a good shot. Oh, it's going to go high, and Quake's able to get the clear. That touch, though, over to Squirrel. Eggy D, a little awkward, but a good touch from Eggy. Saving a goal. Squirrel now trying to continue this pressure. That ball, it's going to be a shot. I didn't expect that one to be on target, but Squirrel, he says, thank you very much. I'll take that one.
What a touch there by Rockerman, just barely touching it, leaving it for Squirrel. And where was the defense there? I guess they thought that they had that ball, so they were kind of down the field. And oh my goodness, that was a big flub on the defense of the Wraiths. And if you're a Wraiths fan, you got to hope that they answer quickly, like they've been able to do many times before in this series. Answer quickly, tie that game back up. Will they do that? We'll see.
A good bump there. Rogue gonna get it over another one, but Eggy D still on the ball. Rockerman with a nice touch. Rios trying to get a good 50, but it's gonna go straight to Quake. Rockerman was on top of that one. Unfortunately, that bounce just didn't go the way he wanted. Eggy D now gonna beat Rogue, but Rogue still does get a touch. Now Rockerman gets it past one. Gonna look for another one here off the corner of the wall, but Eggy D's gonna match up. Squirrel, first man there. Gets that one off high. Rogue, he played the miss, but he didn't trust it. He jumped, he knew what he wanted, but it's not going to go through. Still remains 1-0. Now Rogue has to challenge that ball early. Eggy D was racing him to it. Good save there. Now Squirrel gets it past Quake. That ball bouncing high. Rogue already in the air. Not going to be a shootable ball. Tried to play the 50. Not going to get through. Now Rockerman has to get it past one as Eggy D gets a nice flick. Squirrel does have some boost to work with. Could get a follow-up touch. That ball going to get 50 though. Rogue not going to get a touch there, but that ball bounces high. Rockerman, I've seen you score these before. And there's the shot, and there's the goal. And I called it, but he's the one putting it in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was a good call out there. That was easily seen from a mile away, as long as that defense gave them the room. And Rockerman scoring one there after, I'd be curious as to stat line. The first, I would say roughly minute and a half there, it looked like Rockerman was struggling to find boost, because I know you mentioned it several times, but he had the boost there and he had what he needed to score, and that's what mattered.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have it now, but he doesn't need boost to get a good 50 there. Although Macarius looking for a shot, not going to go through. Eggy D does steal the corner boost from Rockerman, so he's still sitting on that big fat 0. Rogue tries to get a pass mid. If Rockerman has a boost, you know what? It might have happened, but instead he has to sit on the back wall, and he doesn't get a touch on the back wall. the starving out from the race has been really good. As Squirrel now with not a lot of boost.
Uh-oh.
Rockerman 0 boost, but he's still able to get the 50. 0 boost Warriors this Ascension team is, but still hanging on. Still with a 2-goal lead as well. Rockerman with some boost does get a good 50 over to Rogue, who could be so dangerous. That one going to go wide left. Rockerman continues to play though. Not a lot of boost to work with. Still hits off the ceiling. Acting like he has a lot. Still able to make a play. And a dunk there from his own teammate Quake. Thought he had to clear, but no. It's going to be a counter.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what a save from Eggy. And Ascension thought they had a goal. Snatched away by Wraith, and now it could be a counter attack. That ball gonna get cleared away by Rogue, but a good demo, a good shot. That one be off the post. Quake able to put it back in, and Wraiths are able to cut this lead in half, Mallow. But both these teams looking like they had goals, and finally someone puts it away.
Oh, Quake able to correct his mistake there, missing that ball wide, and you know, this is roughly the time frame, Flip. This is the third game in a row where we've seen the lead dwindle down to 1 with roughly a minute remaining.
This time, though, it is flipped. Quake going for a musty flick. Never done one of those in my life, so kind of jealous. As Rogue now able to get the clear. Over to Squirrel. Quake cuts that one off early, but Rocketman still first one there. Quake looking for a pass over to Macarios, but he misses the boost. Not able to get the touch either. He does steal the corner boost though from Squirrel, who I think he missed boost as well. Eggy could have just shot that ball, but instead looking for a pass. That ball gonna fall to the corner, however. Macarios getting bumped. Quake taking his time, but Squirrel said you're taking too much of it as he clears that ball downfield. Eggy D now look at the long clear, but Rogue cuts that one off early. Still kind of awkward. Rogue with a nice flick. Quake sitting back, being patient. They still need to score 30 seconds remaining. Macarios looking for a long clear. Out to Eggy. Eggy looking to pop that ball long. Rogue now, a little bit of time. Taking as much of it as he can. More time wasted on Rogue's car is more time that Race can't score the ball. That ball popped up high. Squirrel's fine with that one too. He's looking for a shot. No, that ball shouldn't just be bouncing mid. Quake, the long clear. Rogue, you gotta save this ball. Oh, it was looking a little dicey. Quake has a really good shot. A great save from Squirrel. Squirrel saves the day here for Ascension. Squirrel now has to keep it alive a little bit longer. That ball pops up high. Squirrel, is it gonna die? A great 50 once again from Squirrel with 0
Are we going
boost.
game 5?
Now Rockerman puts
game
that ball
5
to the ground in game 5. It is Mallow. Wraiths looked like they had a chance, but Squirrel shut the door on them. Some epic saves coming out. Some great team plays coming out, but in the end, doesn't matter. We're going to game 5, and Mallow could be asked for anything better than for the first stream game of playoffs.
Oh man, and I called it too. A little bit back and forth going on here. Going to game 5. Oh my goodness, the offense of the Raids though, only 6 shots this time. They typically had 7 shots just from one player previously, so they didn't have as much offense there, and so they seemed like to be one of those volume teams, and it definitely hurt them that time. Game 5, Ascension Raids. Oh man, I didn't know how we were going to get there if we were going there, but I'm happy to see the way we did because that's been an awesome series so far. And you know how Forbidden Temple is. You know, Game 4 Forbidden Temple always produces the craziness, and we saw a little bit of crazy there. Rogue with a good defense that time, a little more offense from Squirrel and Rockerman, which is what you want to see. You want to see more of Rockerman and Squirrel in that offense, with Rogue doing the defense with the demos occasionally. So, yeah, if they can do that same thing, keep the ball close, they should be able to produce a Game 5 win. And you know, for the Raids here, they got to give Quake the ball. Quake's got to have that ball and get Eggy D some more demos because that was producing goals.
That was producing goals. Now, Ascension, they know what they need to do to win, and it's been that team play, and they're getting started early, though. A great clear. Rockerman, not a lot of boost. And he gets his 100 stolen. A good shot. Gonna hit the post once again. Quake just cannot get any favors here from the post. As Squirrel now under a boost to work with. Gotta get a good clear here. Good catch on the wall as well. Quake has to leave that one for Macarios. That ball bouncing straight down, and the shot coming through. Well, caught a little bit out of position there, as I think maybe Ascension thought they had another man back. Oh, Rogue did get bumped by Eggy, so, you know, a whole team play, but in the end, I feel like Ascension, that's the kind of goal, Mallow, that you can't really give up if you're Ascension.
Yeah, you're right on that. It's one that they need to answer back quickly here, which I think they're about to. Yep.
Yep.
So if you're gonna get scored on, make sure you can score quickly. Answer right back, and that's exactly what they did here. Rockerman getting that goal right there. He's like, "Thank you very much," and I think he was a little bit surprised too because he was turning around to go back on defense.
Yeah. That's but we kind of saw that same kind of goal on the other end. Missing that sidewall bounce off a kickoff is so easy, and it is always usually a goal every time it happens. Rogue though, also
oh my goodness,
giving us a goal with a great shot here. Eggy just didn't have boost, but I don't think Macarios was ready. What a shot! I mean, Mallow, like I'm not doing that, like personally, like that's just absolute banger.
Yeah, that was a dime right there in the upper right corner. Caught the defense off guard, and Macarios wasn't able to get back to that, and Eggy's like, "Oh, hello there, ball," and they weren't able to do anything. Let's see if they answer right back. That's kind of been the theme here too, is they kind of answer.
Oh God.
No way. They kind of answer right back almost every single time. Do the teams when they get scored on? Oh, what a dunk by Rogue!
Dude, he's all over the place this game. As he's had a couple epic saves. That obviously that really good shot. But it has been back and forth, like you said. Both
Rockerman!
Oh my God, Rockerman over to Rogue. This duo has been on fire this game. But Squirrel also with a great pass, but Rockerman with a great touch. Macarios just wasn't ready for him, and Rogue just diving in head first. This Ascension team, they're playing with their butts on fire, and it's working out for them as they are able to go up 3-1 here. Squirrel now, a little bit of time in the air. He gets a flip reset. Going for the pinch. I don't know if he got the flip, but that ball still popped up high. Macarios super awkward. Rockman could be looking for a pass mid. Rogue was ready for it, but that ball gonna go to the corner. Quake with an awkward touch. It's gonna be Rogue with the shot. Gets the follow. A bounce from Rogue. The hat trick coming through. And Ascension, they have taken a 3-goal lead.
Oh my goodness. Rogue woke up and chose violence this game because my goodness, he is on a goal scoring spree, and man, this Wraith team, it's still early in the game, so they can't get bummed out yet. They need to score here quickly, otherwise it's going to be a tough rest of Game 5 for him.
Man, Rockerman has turned it on. I don't know if the first couple games were warm-up, but this Game 5...
It's the management buff, right? It's like some sort of former management buff going on with Ascension right now that they turned on and we're not aware of.
Yeah, must have. Mal, you might have to, go play a couple of ranked games.
Might have to investigate that.
Yeah, no, honestly, go play a couple of ranked games. See if that helps out your rank a little bit, because I mean they're getting this management buff right now, but is it enough to stop Quake? It is. Crossbar is going to be enough to stop him that time. That shot just goes high. Rockerman now gets it over 2 with that flick, and Eggy D a little awkward. Rockerman was looking for the bump, and Eggy D played it well, but it's still Squirrel going to be the first man there. Quake a little awkward. Squirrel with the 50, keeping that ball on the race half. A good bump there from Macarios as Rockerman continuing this pressure here. Eggy D puts that ball high over to Quake. Finally, Quake a little bit of time on the ball, but he doesn't have anything to show for it. Rogue puts that ball up high. Rogue going for a double, but everybody knew he wasn't hitting that one as Quake sails by that ball. Rockman last man back, but he doesn't care. He's got calm, controlled poise we're seeing out of this experienced veteran. He's been here literally every season as he trying to make his way into playoffs here in Season 11. Rogue puts that ball up high. Quake able to get there. He sees Rockerman. Rockerman just positioned a little too far forward. That pass just a little too far backward. But Squirrel, the former management member, getting some luck today as that ball sailed past a race defender, and he's able to get another goal. Eggy D just a little too close, and Mallow Wraiths looking to win Game 5 here.
Yeah, Wraiths really want to win Game 5, but I don't. It's becoming less and less likely. You got 1 minute and 24 remaining, and you're still getting scored on, but you're not scoring yourself either. So I don't know if the Wraiths will win Game 5 here, but Ascension, I could,
oh, man.
yeah, I could definitely see Ascension winning this one for sure. uh, uh, I don't want to jinx anything, but
I won't. They got it in the
but
bag. It's over.
yeah, I would say this is pretty much in the bag with the minute remaining, barring some sort of miracle here on Champions
Oh
Field.
man.
As they about
Dude,
get
I want to
scored.
see a miracle. Dang it.
Wait. Oh,
Not
my
gonna happen there.
goodness. What
Rogue's
is
gonna
happening?
crush. Rogue's gonna crush my dreams of a miracle, and he's gonna crush Red's dreams. It feels like as Rocketman gets another good 50. But man, Ascension did really show their best stuff here in Game 5, and that's what you want to see going into playoffs. See that you can, show your best stuff late in the series like this. 30 seconds remaining. Ascension, they are gonna be moving on here, playing the 2 seed, who I had in my head, but I forgot now. Hold on, I gotta pick it up. But Wraiths aren't out of this. So Jarhead, you have plenty of hope still. This is a good race team that could definitely take the 8 seed, but they do have to play one more series if they want to make that playoff spot, get out of the play-ins. But it's gonna be Ascension here, moving on, playing the 2 seed in Chally. They looked really, really good here in this 5-game series, a great series for both teams. That ball gonna fall. Mallow, we have a winner. Ascension gonna move on here. Wraiths gotta go play the winner of the 9-10 seed game as Ascension. They're looking pretty happy now. So I think, if you're Ascension, obviously you want that 2 seed. You want to play Snowstorm. But Wraiths, I feel like they could have had that one. They looked really good, but in the end, it is going to be Ascension taking that one away. So, Mallow, if you have any other, advice or, thoughts on the series, because that series, it was a banger. It was an absolute banger, but it was also a long one. So,
Yeah, yeah, and I did happen to call that exactly how it was going to go. They did exchange wins there, and Ascension able to pull the victory. If you're the Wraiths, just like Flip mentioned here, um, don't get your head down yet. You still got one more game before you're out of this. So get yourself together, talk what went wrong, talk what went right, and do do the things that went right for you, and you should be able to get Saturday's game. So I know we're a little short on time here since we did run a little over with the game 5 and all that, and also starting a little late. So I won't stay too much longer. But congratulations to the Ascension. They are moving on. They're facing the number 2 seed, um, and it's going to be a tough match. But from what we saw today, I think they can do it.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, before we wrap things up, shout out to Jaegers and shout out to Jarhead for the Twitch subs. Love y'all. Shout out to whatever moderator just gave me my channel points for getting that prediction right. Thank you as well. But yeah, that's going to be it. But guys, stick around. We definitely have a couple great games coming up here, so you're definitely not going to want to miss it. As this is going to be Flip and Mallow signing out, but don't go anywhere because the Nemesis Gaming League will be right back. Deuces.
Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need
matchup of the night. You know we had to do it to him. We had to give him some content out here. I can't go home with game fours. We need game fives. So had to do it to him. I'm Rocker Man, happy to be back in the booth. Joined by my good friend, Mr. Mirley. Mirley, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I very much enjoyed that last series. Really strong start to the plans. So thanks. You start off strong with the script for us, Rocker Man. Hopefully we
Always.
can keep it going. Got some good matches ahead of us, as always.
Oh yeah, we definitely do. It was a great first matchup. I'm happy. I'm happy we secured the win, secured playoffs, and that's what these two teams merely are going to be trying to do tonight. As we got Wyverns taking on the Minotaurs. We're heading to the Prospect League, which has honestly been one of the crazier leagues this season. With how it's just a weird league. It seemed very competitive, but in kind of a weird way. What can you tell us about these two right here?
Yeah. So like you said, prospect all the way through, very competitive. And one thing that's interesting to know here is the Wyverns were one of those kind of top teams. It seemed like having a very strong start to the season, and even midway through keeping it going. And then at the last second, they well, I think knowing some of the players on there, they just kind of stopped playing the game, and then they
Yeah.
lost a few crucial series to drop into the play-ins. So they've put themselves into a spot where now they have to fight back even to secure a playoff spot in this one or the next one. Whereas the Minotaurs also uh, in a good position here to take the playoff spot as well. But I think the Wyverns are the team with a little bit more to lose.
Yeah, I think you're right, and well, hopefully they have been playing the game merely. Hopefully those unnamed suspicious people will be actually playing the game and be playing it well here tonight. As this one is definitely going to be a good one. Um, well, merely we the last one ran a little bit long, so we got him in the lobby here, ready to kick things off. So we'll get him joined on in here. Actually, maybe we don't have all of them in here. We're waiting on one more, maybe two more. All right.
Yeah,
Anyways, well, go
as
ahead.
soon as you said that you hope that all the Wyverns players were playing the game, now someone from the Wyverns left the game.
Yeah.
So
The curse, the caster curse. It's
the
already
caster's
started.
curse coming in
It's
early.
Yeah, but I guess while we have a little bit of time while we're waiting for these last Wyverns to get in here, what do you know about either of these two teams? Any of the players on them? I know you said you talked a little bit about the Wyverns, but we do have the Minotaurs as well, looking to make a run.
Yeah, I mean the Minotaurs, they definitely deserve to be here. I think to me they're a little bit more of an unknown factor. But they did have a pretty decent season to make it to this point, just barely missing out on the playoffs. Same record as the Wyverns, 9-9. So I think this one, even if you could give one team an edge, it really could go either way.
Definitely so. And um, curious, do we have the brackets? Can we get the brackets up on stream here for everyone to look at? I'd like to take a look at them real quick if we got them. Oh, looks like we do. Perfect. So yeah, if you guys can see the bracket here for the play-in slash playoff bracket for the Prospect League, right now we're looking at that 7-8 matchup on this one, Wyverns versus Minotaurs, and merely it's always interesting here. The first match of the play-in tournament, you get a little bit of you get a little extra life in a way.
Yeah, it's the only spot in all of postseason actually where you can lose and not be immediately out. A little bit OP if you're prone to having a slow start in the postseason. But you do still really want to win this match because if you don't, even if you manage to win the next one, then you have to go up against the Gladiators, and I don't think I have to tell anyone that you really don't want to go up against the Gladiators. They are undefeated, right? They went the whole
Yep.
season without losing. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, they did.
Um, so a dominant force of nature there in the prospect season. You really want to win this game, if only just to avoid having to play them on stream.
Yeah, no, I would agree. You never want to face an undefeated team up there. So yeah, Wyverns and Minotaurs both fighting this one. Winner will get that 7 seed going up against the Vipers, who are also a formidable force in the regular season, but maybe not so formidable as the undefeated Gladiators. So yeah, the winner will move on. Loser will play Saturday night against the winner of Ember versus Rooks. But looks like we finally got everyone in here now, merely, so we can go ahead and do it. Who do you got in this one? Who is going to be advancing and taking the 7 seed?
I just gotta give it to the Wyverns. I think if they're playing their game, that they do take it. But I think if they start out slow and they have trouble playing the game that they want to, that very easily the Minotaurs could be the ones taking this.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to see as things are officially underway here in game number 1 of the Prospect League play-in tournament. We've got the Wyverns in the blue tonight with Draco, Jaegers, and Big Guth, and then the Minotaurs with Dill, Help, and Blitz on this one. And really, a couple names we recognize. I think there's a couple of new ones. Who are you looking out for in this matchup here?
So honestly, I gotta be looking at Help, if only because, almost a good shot by Guth there. If only because his name screams attention to himself. Other than that, I'm gonna be looking at Guth. I know he's a solid player down here in the Prospect League. I'm gonna be looking at Jaegers, as he is an all-time Nemesis player, been around for a while and has won a chip before, so he's used to these nerve-wracking positions. But really, in the Prospect League, it's not an ultimate chaos like the Novice League, but really anything can happen. Anyone who shows up on their day can make the difference.
Yeah, definitely a lot of great players. I know Jaegers and Draco have been playing a lot together. I've heard a lot about them and Big Guth on the Wyverns. And then I believe Blitz on the Minotaurs was a champion with the Wisps last season, so moving up here, trying to make a name for himself now in the Prospect League. So have to see if they're able to make it happen. Is Help looking to take this one across Dill. Blocked out in the midfield. Blitz can't quite find this touch. Could be an opportunity for the Wyverns. Jaegers gonna take some control here, trying to pass it across middle, but no one quite ready for that one. Is Dill looking to take it out. Dill again on the dribble. Dill taking it all the way for Big Guth with a big block there to push it away and keep that one out of the net. Is that one a little bit dangerous, but the Wyverns are going to be able to make it happen and get it out of harm's way. And about 2 minutes in here merely, and both these teams still fighting for that first goal. The postseason nerves are definitely a real thing here.
It definitely seems that way. I mean, either they're just taking the ultimate time to feel each other out. Is Jaegers going for the flip reset? Almost in, and it's own goal actually, but Jaegers with the flip reset. What a play.
Jaegers just hovered with that boost, getting the flip right around Dill, and then Blitz just so awkward. Not quite ready for that one, and oh, there you go. That's how you break the ice there. Get a little mechie and put it in the back of the net.
Hey, I was about to say that they were playing pretty safe, not really taking chances, but that's a chance that definitely paid off there for the Wyverns, bringing them in early, and definitely gonna be a confidence booster as well moving forward.
Yeah, it's a big confidence booster as they're trying to pinch that one in the net. Could lead to an opportunity for the Wyverns, for the Minotaurs on defense, but so far not going to find it as this went to the backboard. Draco take control, trying to push this one out. Jaegers sending it down. Help on the retreat here, going to pick up his back boost, taking this one up in the air, popping it up one, but he can't really follow it. Big Guth sending towards the backboard. Dill trying to pinch it out here, but finally can be sent across. But the Minotaurs not a lot of boost to work with, so trying to send it down, but only going to go so far. His Big Guth once again taking some control here, and so far after the early start merely, Minotaurs they're still looking for their second shot of the game. They've only got one on target, not really generating too much offense so far in the beginning of game one.
Yeah, and it feels like they're kind of pulling back every time they have an offensive opportunity. Like they're not really willing to commit to it. Their defense, speaking of which, is looking great. I mean, they're able to stop the Wyverns a good majority of the time, but they're not really taking any risks on offense, so they're not really getting much reward. Because the Wyverns, I mean, they're not playing perfect defense, but they're playing well enough to avoid, giving up free goals right now.
Yeah, they're holding it down, and with a minute remaining here, the Minotaurs gonna have to try to look for something. Otherwise, Wyverns will be starting themselves on the right foot. As this one's fired towards the net, it's gonna be just a little bit high. Dill gonna have to race for it. Draco trying to find the touch. Dill with a nice carry, able to send it down. Dill again on the dribble, lost it though. Just pushed back in. Big Guth. Leave it for Jaegers. Jaegers trying to take it up, flicking it over the top of one, but it's going to go off the wall. Could be an opportunity. Dill trying to make it happen, but Draco with some good defense to get to that one. As the Minotaurs starting to feel the pressure the final 30 seconds. Trying to make a last second push here. Try to send it to at least overtime. This one's sent back in. Big Guff can't quite find that touch. Jaeger's looking for a shot, trying to find the dagger, but it's going to be blocked up. Minotaur's trying to flip out to it. They're not going to get to that one. And now they're going to need a bit of a miracle here. Is this one going to be pool shot? Jaeger's pumps Draco into the goal, and now that is teamwork right there.
Oh my goodness, and Draco, I mean, he was not getting that much power by himself. Jaegers gives him a helping hand, and it's just enough to secure the game. But really, really well done in this game. I mean, 13 seconds technically left, but might as well be over by now. But a great start to the series by the Wyverns.
Yeah, great start indeed, as they're going to take this 2-0 lead, and they're going to take a 1-0 lead in the series here of this play-in matchup. Best of 5 in this one, as that ball is going to touch the ground, and a very solid performance from the Wyverns. Merely, they pretty much held it down and really didn't let the Minotaurs get much of anything in that game.
Yeah, I mean, they held down Boost, and they held the Minotaurs to 0 goals at the same time. And once again, I'm going to go back to it because it feels like the Minotaurs are just playing a little bit scared. Um, they're not really taking many chances, and they've had good opportunities where they've able to, get a 50. There's that one air dribble attempt that almost led to something, but there's no one ever there to follow up on the next shot, or even not even a shot, just to keep the ball in the Wyverns' half. So they're gonna have to do a better job at following up on those touches in the offensive half, because they're not doing a bad job of clearing it out of their own. They're just not able to push into the Wyvern zone very effectively.
Yeah, that's pretty much the difference right now. It is that lack of offense from the Minotaurs that's kind of hurting things here in this game number 1. But as we look to head to game number 2, we're gonna have to see if the Minotaurs can start some more offensive pressure in this one. So we'll see what they can do here. And merely, do you have any words of wisdom for the Minotaurs here to try to generate some more of that offense in a game 2?
I mean, if I was their coach, I would just tell them, just get more aggressive, get in their face, try to get dunks. Don't just fake challenge everything and drive away from the ball. Don't sit in the back of your half. Go try and help out your teammates and try to disrupt what the Wyverns are doing, because right now the Wyverns are pretty much doing whatever they want.
Yeah, they have been able to do whatever they want so far in that first game number 1, but now we're in game number 2 on Urban Central here, and the Minotaurs have to try to find an answer back. This one, shot towards the net, gonna go just off the post, but Blitz can't quite turn it down, but already a good sign as they're starting a little bit on the offense here in this game number 2. This ball blocked up, going towards the middle though, could be dangerous. Jaegers comes in, he finishes it off, and the Wyverns strike first.
That's a little bit of an unfortunate 50 there. Oh, it's actually the double commit that gets them. They both turn at the same time, and that's just a wide open net. They were so good defensively, even if they did get scored on in the last game. I don't want to see the Minotaurs start to fall apart here. They need a goal quick back.
Yeah, you got to find an answer here. If you're the Minotaurs, you can't really afford to go down 0-2 in the series and try to reverse sweep. This one off the backboard, looking for the follow-up attempt, but no one quite there to find that follow. But yeah, especially in these ones, merely, it's not quite do or die, but it is the postseason, and you want to win here to get that 7th seed. Like we mentioned, I feel like there's a little bit more added pressure beyond the postseason because of the threat of the number 1 Gladiators.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically not do or die, but if your name's David and if you lose, you're going up against Goliath. You're not really feeling like you have a great shot in that matchup necessarily. I mean, maybe they have the confidence to think that they would take it every time, but the statistics don't necessarily show that. You'd rather play the Gladiators a little bit later on, or hope that someone else takes them out for you.
Yeah, definitely so. And if they can win this, they'll be on the other side of that bracket and only going to have to face them in the finals. But we're definitely focused on the task at hand here, which is trying to find a win. As this one's sent down, Minotaurs a little bit more offensive pressure in this one. They've had a couple of opportunities towards the net, but the Wyverns have done a good job to stifle those. Still throwing this one off the backboard. Blitz can't find that touch. Help is gonna get out to this, but Jaegers, he fires at him, but Help on the great defense there. Can we get that one away? Blitz throwing this one off the backboard. Another opportunity. Here comes the follow. It's not quite gonna go. And really, that's another one of these opportunities where it just seems like the follow is just a little bit slow.
And it was, although I will say I do like that. I think they're still very much improved from game 1. Because game one, I think that third man there was in the back corner grabbing boost. So I do think they're making the right adaptations, even if it's a little bit slowly. And they have had some real chances this game. I mean, they've already tripled their shots. So if they can keep doing what they're doing, try not to falter, just push a little bit more, they can definitely come back in this one. It's only 1 goal down.
Yeah, only 1 goal, and it's only game 2, this best of 5. But like I mentioned, don't want to get down into a reverse sweep hole. This one fired towards the backboard. It's floating. It's dangerous. An opportunity, and here comes Dill. He puts it in and ties this game up.
It's not going to be a perfect sweep for the Wyverns today. The Minotaurs finally put one through. And honestly, they just starved all the boost from the Wyverns at the end of the day. Pretty much leads to an open net, but whatever it takes at this point, the Minotaurs are now on the board. Now we can see if they can keep that momentum going.
They're going to want to keep it going for sure here. To finally find their first goal of the series. First goal of the postseason for the Minotaurs. This one locked up in the midfield, sent across. Big Guff can take control, trying to send this one towards the backboard, but Dill, he's going to catch that one. This one popped out. Wyverns, we're going to keep this pressure on, help. He's going to send it in the corner for a moment, but Jaeger's all over that one. Looking to find one more, but I want to be pinched out. Doink in the midfield. Draco sends it out, help. Not a lot of boost, but he's going to find the touch, trying to find a teammate. Nice redirect there to send it in, but unfortunately for the Wyverns, they're back on defense and trying to find a nice little passing play of their own as Jaegers fire this one towards the net. It's dropping, it's floating in. Jaegers puts it on him, and the Minotaurs can't clear it away.
And, you know, someone very wise once told me sometimes the best shot is right at the defender. And that somebody who told me that was Ben Jaegers. Not trying to dox. But he shot the ball in just a place where it's awkward enough to deal with that. You know, it seems easy. It doesn't really seem like there's danger, but obviously if you don't get a good touch, it's just going to roll right in. Now the Wyverns up 2-1 once again. Minotaurs, once again, just have to find a way to generate offense.
Yeah, they're going to need to here, and that was a big goal right there to give them the lead once more. Minotaurs are going to fight back here. His help. Send this one up. Dangerous ball. Guth has to get to it, and he does, able to send it in the corner. This one pinched up high, floating out. Jaegers trying to get to it, can't find that touch. Follow-up attempt, Big Guth, gonna find one, but Blitz able to send it down, leaving it for help, shooting this one towards the net, but just a little bit off. It's another weak shot fired towards the net. This one floating down. Can they put it in? Draco is gonna finish it off, and the Wyverns 3-1.
That's some great speed by Draco. He was up almost immediately. Blitz, even if he touched that, was probably gonna have a little bit of a block on his hands there. Now 3-1. Things are looking good for the Wyverns, and the Minotaurs, I mean, right now they're facing having to reverse sweep. It gets a lot tougher from here.
Yeah, it will definitely be a lot tougher unless they can find 2 more here with a little time left, and they might have found one here. Dill trying to send it down, but a great save by Draco. It's still floating, but it's gonna find its way in, and Dill is gonna get the goal, and well, maybe don't count him out just yet.
Okay, they're definitely not out yet. That's a great last touch by Dill. I don't think it was going in without that, and Draco on an island by himself might have been able to leave it, but that's a tough position to be in. 20 seconds left now. What can they do?
Can they find here? This one sent back into the Minotaur zone. This ball is popping up. Gonna be pinched out off to the side. Draco. Gonna send this one out. Blitz finding the block. Jaeger's gonna be dunked out here. The Minotaurs could have an opportunity. There's just one back. Blitz firing off the sidewall. Opportunity. Help. Finds it. It's popped up here. It's going off the backboard. Dill, he's trying to float, but that one is gonna be banged down, and the Wyverns gonna hold on and win game 2.
Okay. That one got a little bit close. The Minotaurs, I mean, they had a real shot of coming back there, it looked like for a second. And this game definitely didn't look like it was as much in the Wyverns' control as game 1 was. Some good looks from the Minotaurs, but if they're gonna, you know, crawl up and trudge up this mountain of recovery, they're gonna need to get some better hiking shoes because they're doing good, but they've got to do a lot better if they want a chance to reverse sweep here.
Yeah, the reverse sweep is gonna be tough, but yeah, like you mentioned, there's a lot more offense from the Minotaurs in that game. Found their first goals of the series, so there is some positives for sure in this one. But you know, heading into game 3, merely they've got to do they just got to do more. They gotta be more focused and find these opportunities because right now the Minotaurs have had pretty much everything that they wanted. Wyverns, excuse me, have had
Yeah.
everything they wanted.
No, 100%. I mean, the Wyverns, the only reason they've even really gone scored on, in my opinion, is because they've left some pretty wide open holes and boost management for one goal there. Um, but the Minotaurs haven't necessarily been creating those opportunities, which is fine. You can take advantage of the opponent's mistakes. The Wyverns are making enough mistakes to win games off of. But you also have to help that process along a little bit. So I'd love to see some more bumps, some more demos, some more kickoff goals, you know? Oh, hey, look, a kickoff goal.
Hey, look at that. Look at Blitz. He's listening. He would have put that one right in the net there. Just Draco goes by that one, and Blitz just delayed enough to send it in. And, well, that is exactly the start you want to write out if you're looking for a reverse sweep right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be their first lead of the entire series. So definitely a better record, but now they have to contend with a little bit of Wyvern's offense. And they have had a lot of success defending, but they've still let quite a few through. Let's see if they can get some more going their way, and in fact they can. Help doesn't need any, as he puts another one through for the Minotaurs.
Yeah, a little bit of a pinch there by Blitz, and a nice little angle there by Help to find that one in on net. So a great shot to send that one in. And, I mean, that is, picture perfect right there. Merely 2 goals in only 17 seconds.
Yeah, and a great start by the Minotaurs. The only thing that can get a little bit concerning is if you start to get a little bit overconfident here, but 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. There's plenty of time for anything to happen. Wyverns, I'm sure, will still be, trudging along. They're saying, we still got this. We're up to 2-0. They would have to reverse sweep us. No way that happens. And the Minotaurs still have a lot of work to prove them wrong. But so far, they're doing a great job in game number 3 here.
Yeah, great start indeed here. He's going to put this one up. This one's floating towards the net, though. Blitz is able to make that touch. Able to get it away. His Help finds a 50. Big Guff off the corner. Jaegers looking for it. But Guff can't quite turn that one on, so Jaegers going to try to take control in the corner, but that one can be sent out. The Minotaurs looking to break away here. Draco going to get it by 1. Blitz able to just send it in the corner. Blitz again dropping down. Jaegers can't make the touch. Dill is diving in. Draco gonna find a touch. He's actually by 2. Could lead to an opportunity. Help is just waiting. The Wyverns are not quite ready to attack on that possession. It's Help now. Looking up. Not a lot of boost. Trying to push it out of the midfield. Can't find that touch. Dill left on an island. Jaegers punches that one away. In the way possession just a little bit, allowing Dill to get back up to it towards the backboard, but Big Guff able to shut that one down. Send this one out as the Wyverns for a moment, but Help on a dribble. Wyverns haul right there in the midfield, trying to block this one out. Not quite going to find it this time. As Dill trying to drive this one down. Ball's popped up. Dill and Blitz going to 50 each other there. Really trying to put that pressure on. The ball is floating down the midfield, and this comes out. Help not quite diving, and there's a little bit of chaos here, merely in the mid game between these two teams. A lot of double commits from both of them.
Yeah, this one is getting quite a bit chaotic as the musty attempted there by Dill. I respect the attempt greatly. The Minotaurs do look like they're putting up a lot more pressure this game. They look a little bit faster. The 2-goal lead might have given them a little bit more confidence even. And the Wyverns, on the other hand, have looked a little bit lost so far. Not quite sure what they want to do. Now almost down to 2 minutes remaining in the game, and they haven't scored a single time. It's the first time this series it's been so difficult for them to score. We might be seeing the Wyverns making a little bit of a comeback, as this one not quite on net either. So many opportunities, but the Minotaurs can't quite get it through.
Oh, they can't quite close it out there, unfortunately. And for them still, they've got a 2-0 lead. But we'll see how long they're able to last it here in game 3. It's Help. Forces the backflip. This one just lofted towards the net. It's off the backward follow-up attempt. Blitz trying to dive it in, but the Wyverns, good defense to stop it out. As this one once again just floating down in the midfield. This one can be shot on. Nobody can touch it, and Help sends it in.
Another good goal by the Minotaurs. This one feels like the defense is just kind of falling apart for the Wyverns. They missed that one ball twice, and there have been a lot of opportunities for the Minotaurs, but to their credit, they've been increasing the pressure quite a bit, getting more demos, going for more balls that they definitely weren't earlier in the series. So far, it's clearly working.
Yeah, it's working out in this one. Can they close it out and force a game number 4? Send us to the good old Forbidden Temple. This one dropped down, trying to find it. Shot towards net, but Draco gonna find that block. Ball sent up high. Guff pushing it up. Jaegers towards the backboard. This one dropping down. Here comes Guff looking for it. Help. Trying to get out to a Jaegers. Looking for another touch, and he's going to keep it around for the moment, but that's a big miss by Draco. Shot fired towards that. Dill has to make a touch. He does, but here comes Jaegers dropping it down. The slow roller. But it's not quite going to go there into the net. And with a minute remaining here, Minotaurs looking to find the counter. Help. Can't touch it, though. That one is going to be punched off to the midfield, and yeah, merely with about 50 seconds remaining here, Wyvern's going to need a full-fledged miracle if they're going to pull off the sweep.
Yeah, it seems like they will need a bit of a miracle, but this is a great start to one. Holding the Wyverns scoreless so far, and if they can close out the game, that gives them an even bigger boost to their momentum. It seems like this one is almost certainly theirs. At this point, you know, reverse sweep, it is difficult, but at this point now, they're only one game away from bringing it to game 5, and then we know that anything can happen there. So pretty much the absolutely ideal start for the Minotaurs. I'm just curious if they're gonna be able to keep this strategy going.
Yeah, we'll have to see, and there have been some reverse sweeps in the play-in best of 5. Actually, another shot gonna come in, Blitz, adding one more to the tally right there. A great little play there, but yeah, there have been some reverse sweeps in the play-in tournaments before. Unfortunately, my team was involved in one a couple seasons ago. I wasn't playing those, so I don't take any blame for that one. Just gonna throw that out there. But it is possible, merely in best of 5s, a lot easier than those best of 7 reverse sweeps.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people sometimes forget just how short 5 games is. I mean, a lot can happen. Wyverns went up 2-0 in the blink of an eye. We could easily be seeing the Minotaurs do the same in the same amount of time. But one thing's for sure, they brought back to at least one. They're not getting swept. And now this game 4 becomes even more important for both teams.
Yeah, it's definitely an important one here, as we'll be heading to the good old Forbidden Temple, our favorite here, our favorite. How do you describe it? I'm trying to think of the word, the one right before the last. I'm blanking on the word right now.
Penultimate?
Penultimate. That sounds right. Penultimate
Maybe?
map here. That could work.
It could work.
Someone will fact check us if we're wrong, but
True.
regardless here, we love Forbidden Temple, and the Minotaurs, after that great offensive showing here, they look poised merely to possibly force that game 5 after a 4-0 victory in game 3.
Yeah, I mean, if they can play like this again, I definitely think that we're going to see a game 5. Now, if they're recognizing that this worked and they say, hey guys, let's just run that back, let's do it again, I really think it's on Wyverns to try and adapt around the Minotaur's new aggressive play style. So I'm curious to see if the Wyverns are going to switch anything up, or if they're going to keep trying to do the same strategy that won them 2 out of the 3 games so far. I really just hope to see from the Minotaurs, for their sake, I hope to see them come at this game with the same level of aggression as the last one.
Yeah, I hope so as well. For the sake of content, we would love to see it here, as we'll be heading to game number 4, Forbidden Temple. The Minotaurs looking to force this game number 5. The Wyverns looking to end this series right here, right now. Both these teams have never lost a play-in match before. Merely, they have been perfect thus far. I believe Wyverns are 2-0 in play-in matches, and the Minotaurs are 1-0. So both these two facing off. Someone will be going home with a loss tonight and be forced to play on Saturday night for their last chance to make the playoffs here. As we get into this game number 4, Dill gonna look to bang this one down. Guff trying to find a touch, popping this one up high off the side wall. Guff looking for it again, but can't quite find that touch. As Dill trying to harass Draco, their help. Could be on top of this one, sending to the corner. Ball popping up high. Dill trying to get to it, dropping it down. Blitz looking for it, trying to find a shot, but can't put it on. Guff just able to get a touch off to the side. It's Draco on the dribble, trying to push that one out. The ball floated up in the midfield. Dill is already on that one, finding a good read. Maybe push it down, but the Wyverns Got a little bit of time. Guth kind of gives the ball away there. Draco gonna dive up, able to find that block. And now Jaeger's looking to fire it, pushing it towards the net, but Dill is gonna make a save. As that one is cleared away. And so far, so early, merely. We've got a couple of saves, couple of shot opportunities, but no one able to find it back in the net yet.
No, and definitely some opportunities so far from both teams. It almost feels like we're back in another game one situation where both teams are just kind of poking at each other, sending non-threatening shots that still feel like they might have a chance of going in. Still trying out the flip reset here. But both teams playing very safe. I already know the Minotaurs do not want to lose this series, even if they got their game. And the Wyverns definitely are not interested in getting reverse swept here.
Yeah, definitely not. You don't want to be a part of that one. As this one floated in front of the net, but Draco, he's going to get back just in time here. Able to block it away. Splits now. Pushing it into Jaegers. Not the best touch. Demo comes through, shot, but Jaegers gets back to it. Able to make up for it, as that one was a very close opportunity. But not quite going to find its mark. The Minotaurs still hanging around, trying to drop this one in. Help. Can't quite get that one on target. Dill. Push this one out. Guff. Blitz sending this one up now. A miss. Big miss comes out there. The ball's floating. The bump comes through, and Blitz, he's going to send it in.
Oh, that's absolute tragedy for the Wyverns. They had such a good defensive sequence, and then it all falls apart, and the Minotaurs, they are not the same as their game one selves. They are going to pounce on that, and pounce they do, getting the first goal and continuing their streak from last game. Still now, it's been over 7.5 minutes since the Wyverns have even scored a goal.
Yeah, they are running on fumes, but they got an open net here. Draco, he just has to send it down, but Help is trying to get up to it. Help is going to find the touch, and Blitz gets back. That one was a big opportunity. The Wyverns not paying attention as much to the speed needed to put that one in. Catching the defense off guard. This one pushed down. Blitz gonna bang it out here. Guth can't find that touch. The ball is there. Dill not able to put that one on target though, but still the Minotaurs holding on, looking to force this game 5, looking to find this reverse sweep. But Jaegers and company trying to get back on the attack here. This ball super dangerous, and here comes Big Guth to put it in.
And there he is. That's a great play, bringing the ball all the way down into the corner. Jaegers tripping up the defense, making him pass it, and Guth manages to make the read. They finally break their dry streak, and now we've got another ball game on our hands.
You got another ball game, and big on the Wyverns here as they're trying to advance to that 7 seed. They win here. They can do it. This one fired towards the net. Blitz is going to get it out, but Jaegers, he's waiting in the corner. Able to find that block. So got a minute and a half left in game number 4 on Forbidden Temple. Jaegers pushing this one up high into the corner. Ball dropping down. Help. Grab some boost. This one popping up. Shot opportunity. Drop it down, and Jaegers comes in. He sends it home, and the Wyverns take the lead.
And I don't know what happened. Someone just blew an air horn in the team comms, but the Wyverns have woken up. Jaegers with the pre-flip to secure that one. Make sure it goes in, and now this is an even scarier situation for the Minotaurs. Just as it looked like they were beginning to wrestle the control away, the Wyverns take it right back, and now a minute left. They just have to hold on to this lead or extend it, and they'll be headed to the playoffs.
Oh, but this one could be dangerous. Blitz, he has an opportunity, but he skies it. That one could have been a great counterattack. Jaegers just floating in front of it. Help, not knowing how much boost Jaegers has. Has to respect him. So we got a minute remaining. Big pinch there from the Minotaurs. Able to clear it up for the moment, but Draco, he's sending it back. Dill, nice little pass in the midfield, but Draco was on it. Blitz, he's able to find that touch. This one can't find it. Help, sends it into the zone. We're not quite going to go. The Minotaurs got to put the pressure on now as the time is ticking. They need to find this win. Blitz, find the touch. Jaegers going to get around 1. Help, he's diving in on 2 Minotaurs. The 2 Wyverns attackers. 30 seconds now. Minotaurs trying to push it in. Help, finds the flip reset. But Jaegers pushes it out. And last chance here for the Minotaurs. They got to try to get a goal here to force game 5. Wyverns just going to take it nice and slow. But maybe a loss of possession. Here comes Help. He's firing it towards the net. This ball is up. As Guth sends it off to the side. Double commit there. Minotaurs nowhere to be found here with their Their hopes on the line. Last chance. They're going to send it down. This ball is up. It's dangerous. Guth. He makes a touch. Here comes Dale off the corner, but it's going to hit the ground. And the Wyverns are going to hold on in 4, and they will move on as the 7th seed in the Prospect League playoffs.
Oh man, and what a finish! I really thought the Minotaurs they had some good opportunities, and the Wyverns, I did talk down their defense a little bit in the beginning of the game, but they really stepped it up for that end when they realized they just had to keep that ball out of their net. I mean, they did an amazing job. A 2-1. The margins were close for multiple games, but they get the job done, and now they get to avoid the Gladiators, but still have some brutal opponents in the Vipers to face
Yeah.
off against.
Yeah, that would not be an easy task as well. Even with a slight roster change on those Vipers, they still got 2 very solid players on that team. So we're going to have to see what they can do here. But that is going to wrap it up for this one. So big shout out to the Wyverns on their win. Minotaurs, we'll see you back here Saturday night. They'll be taking on the winner of Ember versus Rooks for that last final playoff spot. So you guys don't want to miss that one. And you don't want to miss what's coming up next here, as we are going to be heading to the rivalry. We got 2 more great teams in a 7-8 matchup here. We got Vortex taking on Whiteout here. Winner, once again, is going to get the 7 seed. Loser is going to have to try again on Saturday night here. So make sure you guys stick around, and we'll see you guys back here in a few minutes.
Voila. Pantera.
They put a line in the Tito's, went down in Puerto Rico. And I may not know the lingo, but I like when you call me gringo. I don't know what you're saying, cause I don't speak your language. But how your body's swaying, that don't need no translation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, señorita, I know I'm no Spanish speaker, but hey, one more margarita, and I'll be singing Mamacita. Hey, señorita, I know I'm no Spanish speaker, but hey, one more margarita, and I'll be saying Mamacita. La 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 la, la la la, la 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 la. Hey, can you help me practice how to kiss in your accent? Can you be my translator down here at the
just tequila. Don't really care how you speak it. Just wanna know what you drink. Estamos cálida dilema. No entiendo, pero no problema. Ooh la la la. Why don't we vamos a mi casa? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Body language translator. Ooh la la la. Why don't we vamos a mi casa? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Body language translator.
Señorita, I know Spanish speaker. One more margarita, and I'll be saying mamacita. Hey, señorita, I know Spanish speaker. One more margarita, and I'll be saying mamacita. La 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 la, la 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 la, la la la.
I like the way, Mamacita. Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here for our final matchup of the night as we are heading to the Rival League, where we got another banger on our hands here. We got Vortex taking on Whiteout. I'm Rockerman, back in here, joined by the one and only, once again, Merely Mental.
It's good to be back. Long time no see, guys. Good to be back. Heading into the rival league this time. Another great series before us. The Wyverns managed to ice out that one, secure their playoff spot as well. But moving up in the leagues, now we're head all the way to rival.
Yeah, we are heading all the way to Rival League, so this will be a good one. And you guys can see, starting out with the bracket on screen for y'all to take a look at. We got Vortex in the Vortex versus Whiteout in the 7-8 matchup. Winner is going to go up against Hydra, who have been absolutely on fire so far, only at the 2 seed. But I think they won somewhere around like 12 of their last 13 matches or something like that. So I mean, whoever wins this one is in a scary spot. But merely in this one, you just want to win and confirm your way to the actual playoffs.
Yeah, this is like the fake playoffs, right? Like you made it to the play-ins, good job, but the real adults are in the playoffs waiting for you, and that's when your real story begins. Just making it there, getting your ticket, and then you can make whatever you'd like happen from there. They definitely have a long road ahead, whoever wins this series. But it all starts here, and Vortex versus Whiteout, definitely a storied history in the rival league. Last time they played earlier this season, Vortex was the ones to take it, But Whiteout's been on a bit of a tear in the end of the season here, so they might be the team with a little bit more momentum going into it. Definitely curious to see how this works out. We might have another banger of a series on our hands.
Yeah, we very well may, and these two teams are going to be going at it, and they actually merely these two teams have met one time in the play-ins before, which is kind of crazy to think about with how the time that the play-in tournament's been around. In season 7, these two teams faced off. Whiteout 1-5. So I'm gonna throw it to you. We got the teams in the lobby ready to roll. Who do you think is going to take this one? Will we see the same thing as season 7, their last play-in matchup, or will Vortex come out on top?
Honestly, I think Whiteout do have this one. I think I foresee them taking it, but I do think it's going to be a close series. I'll say Whiteout in 5 once again.
All right. Well, prediction is up. Last call to get your predictions in here. Discord is going with a whiteout on this one. Looks like the channel points are leaning that way as well, as we're going to get things underway here with the first kickoff. We have Vortex in the dark blue tonight with Rick, Stellar, and DJ, and whiteout with Dissa, T-Jazz, and Cynthia. And we have seen a couple of these players, merely a couple names in the rival league that we recognize. Who are you looking out for in this one?
The first name that pops out to me, of course, is going to be Dissa. He's been around for a little bit, and he's a stellar player. Definitely, I would say one of the reasons for this team's success, especially late into the season. Going to be looking out for him. That's not a great play to start things off, but Whiteout do recover. A little bit of an awkward situation in these starting minutes.
Yeah, that one a little bit dangerous there on the first one, but fortunately for Whiteout, they're not going to get scored on this time. As that was a great chance there, but yeah, there's a lot of great players, and really the one thing I really love about the Titan League this season, or not Titan League, the Rival League this season, is how much the MMR has gone up, and it's really up the play of the Rival League.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw the same thing with Titan, who also got their MMR raised. This one's somehow staying out at the other end. Some antics to start off. Oh my goodness, we are definitely off to a hot start here in Game 1.
Yeah, no, but going back to that point there, the Rival League with that MMR increase, get a lot of players who may have been in Titan in previous seasons at the very top of Rival League. So it's really just kind of, I feel like, brought up the floor of Rival League, bringing these players up to perform better. And speaking of perform, oh my goodness, he almost took it all the way down, but that one not quite going to find its way in. But like I said, a lot of great players here in this one, and both these two teams, once again, fighting for their chance to make it into the playoffs. And Stellar taking this one on the dribble of this ball. It's going to pop up Dissa. Gonna turn it back around. T-Jazz dropping this one in and gonna actually leave it. That one fired in a huge save from Stellar, but they can't get back to that one. Dissa sends it in.
Okay, finally the ball goes in the back of the net. That was a crazy first 2 minutes of the series. Stellar with a stellar save, and it's almost enough, but Dissa in the right position, able to slot that one home. So far, Whiteout, 5 shots to only 1 from Vortex. They are looking dominant so far.
The pressure is mostly in their favor right here. This one walked off to the side. TJS can't quite find the touch with Cynthia. Gonna push it back in as Dissa makes a touch there. This one sent back down, but DJ with a nice demo. He's looking for more there, but Cynthia gonna send it up high. T-Jazz trying to read it off the backboard. Gonna leave it. Cynthia can't quite fire it in. Follow-up attempt there. It's getting denied away by Rick. As Vortex, again, trying to hold it down on the defensive end, but Whiteout, as you mentioned, are the ones with all the pressure right now. DJ popping this one up. Can't quite stick with it, though. As Cynthia is gonna take to the air, trying to feather the boost, looking for 50. Gonna get it by 1, but that one pushed across. T-Jazz on top of this one, pinching it in off the side there. Dissa looking to pop it up, but no one from Whiteout quite ready on that one. Cynthia bang this one back in. Looking for opportunity. Dissa throw it in up high. Cynthia gonna find a touch. T-Jazz thought about it. Instead, gonna think better. Rotating back here. Gonna find a teammate. Lofting it up. Dissa sending it down. Dissa versus Stellar, but Stellar gonna get the best of it this time. Picks up another save. Vortex on the dribble here, trying to make it happen. And right now, merely the 1-0 lead is still standing. 1:30 left.
It is, and it almost feels like it should be more, if I'm being honest. There have been a couple of these free shots for Whiteout where A great save was either made from the defender or the crossbar. But still, I mean, Vortex are still holding on in this one. They're only 1 goal out, and they might be able to get it back here. A minute 15 left, though, and I do want to see just more pressure out of them. I want to see a real opportunity that they can take advantage of.
See a real opportunity, and you know what? The crossbar is a real defender. You know, it's the fourth man, if you will, in these lobbies. Sometimes, you know, it could be your best friend, but it can also be your worst friend when you shoot on offense and you hit it and it doesn't go in. And then you're just sad. But regardless, both these teams looking for something here. As this one's fired towards the net, not going to find it this time. DJ taking control, popping it up high. Wait out, not a lot of boost with Cynthia able to get to it, and Vortex starting a little bit of offense break, looking for that redirect. They can't find it. Instead, Whiteout clears it a long way. That one not quite on target. Rick is going to push that one away into the corner, trying to stay with it. Can't quite find that touch though. 30 seconds now. Cynthia with a great dunk. Vortex really got to try to find some pressure. Is this one actually going to be dangerously pinched back in the Whiteout zone? Ball drops down. It's going to be shot in. Rick sends it home. And Vortex, after all that, their second shot, they find the back of the net and tie it up.
Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate there. I mean, the strategy of just going for the ball in the opponent's half has been working flawlessly for Whiteout, but that pinch leaves Dissa in an awkward position. He can't get out. Now 18 seconds left and it's anyone's ball game.
It just goes to show you stick around in a game long enough, you can find your opportunities, but wait a minute, T-Jazz says, we're going to sit you down right here.
Okay, 7 seconds and now Vortex in the exact same position they were just in 7 seconds ago. That's a great snipe there from T-Jazz right off the kickoff. And if there was ever any question that Whiteout had control of this game, well, 11 more seconds for Vortex to prove them wrong.
Yeah, they're going to have to find something again. Need a third shot. They need it on target here. They're going to want a chance. Final seconds now. Big bump comes through. Big miss. Follow up. Rick able to keep it up, but Cynthia is there, and he is sending it down. Stellar can't quite get to it, and Whiteout going to come through with that game 1 victory here, really. And yeah, they definitely had a stranglehold on the offense in game 1.
Yeah, it kind of felt like they were just outspeeding Vortex. They were faster to a lot of balls, and even if they weren't, that accurate, they were still more accurate than Vortex most of the time. Vortex looking a little bit nervous at times. On defense, I mean, when they had to make those tough saves, they were able to get up for them. But on offense, I can definitely count at least a few times where they had clear-cut opportunities and weren't able to convert it, or sometimes not even able to create a threatening chance. They're definitely going to have to be a little bit more clinical going up against a team like Whiteout. With their speed, you might not get that many opportunities to score. So I really want to see them, if they can't outspeed Whiteout, then take their time with those opportunities that they do get and try to create threats. Because if they don't create threats, then Whiteout's going to keep just taping down boost and beating them to every ball.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. They were able to find a couple of counterattacks, but that strategy isn't necessarily sustainable in a series like this, where it's, well, once again, it's not win or go home, but it's a postseason series and you want to win. You want to get right in that playoffs. You don't want to put your fate in the hands of one more match. So both these teams will be looking to find that offense, especially on the Vortex end. See if they can try to generate some offense and don't let Whiteout control this pace. Right now it's DJ who's got the control, pushing a shot towards the net, but not threatening this. Cynthia just sends it down. Rick with a touch. This ball dangerous. Cynthia high off the back. We're looking for a teammate, but Whiteout a bit passive there. Not quite ready to dive for that one. The T-Jazz can't make the touch there. On the dribble, trying to find it. This ball pinched up. Stellar sends it up high. Gonna leave it. Rick with an opportunity, but not a lot of abuse. Popping this one up. It's dropping down. Dangerous ball. It's gonna be own goal there. A big mistake from Whiteout, and Vortex gonna put it in. Don't even need to put that shot on target, I guess.
But near the goal. I think T-Jazz bumped Dissa. He looked awkward anyways, though. I don't really know necessarily whose fault that was. It might have been a combination of both players. But that's an unfortunate way to start game 2. Looking a little bit silly on defense there.
A little silly, and maybe silly here as this one is dropping down. Here comes Rick looking to fire it, but Whiteout gonna survive that one unscathed somehow. As now Vortex really starting to put on some early pressure here. already have more shots than they did the entire last game. We're only a minute in. Got the lead here, DJ. Looking to take control. Try to take this one. Send it up high. Got one to beat. Looking for the bump attempt. DJ takes it low, but DJ has good rotation on defense to get back in the zone. To block that one away. That was an opportunity. This ball a little bit awkward as some bumps coming through. Can be sent back into the Vortex zone. Dissa popping this one up. It's in the midfield. Rick makes the touch. Widow not quite ready for that one. It's T-Jazz. He's able to pop it up. Could be dangerous. Dissa coming through, but DJ with a big block. Cynthia looking around for it, trying to find that angle, but Stellar got a great touch. Able to push it away as T-Jazz sends it in. Maybe caught Stellar out here. This one awkward for Stellar. Cynthia just gonna take the pot shot. It's off the post. He can't put it in. The follow-up attempt is not gonna go either. And that one, another big missed opportunity.
That dang crossbar is just saving everything from wide out. This time they really do need it though. Last time they were in equal position or maybe even an advantage, but so far this game with plenty of time left, Vortex has been the ones in control. Look a little bit more composed on defense. Wide out, even though they've only been scored on once, has looked a little bit slow on defense, and there it is again. Rick able to push it through, and now a 2-goal lead for Vortex.
Got 2-goal lead, and Rick just got just enough speed to get it right over Cynthia. A laser into the back of the net, but a good speed. And really, this Vortex team, it looks like they finally found a way to break out, and this is exactly what we want to see from them.
It really is, and they're doing a great job at adapting and pushing back into the wide out half after getting pretty much obliterated on the pressure in game one. What exactly that is due to more themselves stepping it up or just playing more solid, I really think it is the latter. They haven't had as many mistakes. That's netted them more chances. That one on net as well. Still a dangerous position. Will get cleared out, but still, Vortex putting up more signs of being in close contention for this game.
They're definitely in the driver's seat right now, as looking to tie this series up in one apiece. This ball dropping down, floating. DJ takes some control. Not a lot of boost to work with, but Dissa is up to meet him there. He's working out. Popping by one. Stellar gonna take it from him. Trying to drop it down. T-Jazz popping it out. Dissa looking to fire it. Stellar is gonna be bumped away. Great bump there on the defensive rotation.
That's a great bump there in the back line by Cynthia. Stellar really probably didn't have him in his field of view. Didn't even know it was coming. Now 1 goal down, and almost a role reversal from game number 1. Now it seems to be Vortex with all the pressure, and Whiteout are the ones who are scoring on the counter attack. But let's see if Whiteout this time can change the script.
Yeah, that was a huge bump. Able to give their team a 1-goal deficit only. Could have a good chance to go up 2-0 in this series if they can find another goal at least. The Vortex, they have been pretty solid in the most part for defense, even in that game number 1 where they didn't get a lot of offense. The defense was still solid enough to lead them on the way. This one, a little bit of control by DJ, but it's sent down. Rick is going to have to back up this one, push to the corner. Dissa can't quite find that touch. Rick now on the control here, looking for flip reset. It's actually going to get by T-Jazz. Rick popping up high. Cynthia got to use a lot of boost to pick up a savior middle to push it away. But with a minute remaining here is Dissa. Mechanical there. Really, what do you need to see out of Whiteout here to try to tie this up and force OT?
I think they, they won game 1 by going fast to every ball. Now I feel like going so fast is kind of slowing them down. They are caught out of position quite a bit. They're getting outplayed possession-wise by Vortex. I think they just need to slow down a little bit and try to take good, meaningful control. But 30 seconds left now. They kind of are going to be forced to go all in, try and get this tying goal.
Gonna need the pressure here. They're gonna want a chance. That's this one. Back in Whiteout zone. Full drop down, dangerous ball. It's gonna be sent away. Whiteout could have an opportunity here. Cynthia is gonna be blocked off. The ball is floating. T-Jazz sending it off the backboard. Vortex, dangerous. Rick has to make that touch, and he does. Able to send it down, pushing it away. And now Whiteout gonna need a miracle after their boost is snagged. This ball still up. DJ looking again the way Dissa. He kept it up. Dangerous ball. T-Jazz blocks it. This one pushed away though, and that one is going to do it here. Vortex going to come back, and we got ourselves a series merely tied up at 1 apiece.
That's a fantastic bounce back by Vortex there. They really just looked a lot more solid that game. Uh, Whiteout, the one of those goals was very, very, very avoidable. No one can deny that. But still, they got outplayed in almost every facet of the game. Vortex, once they had that lead, uh, they were not wanting to give it up. And once they got scored on once, they kind of just put the lockdown, prevent Whiteout from really getting any more opportunities. Now the onus is kind of on Whiteout here to try and find some more creative ways to break through, because Vortex is not going to be giving up as many easy goals as game number one.
Yeah, no, I agree. They're locking it down on the defensive end is Vortex and Whiteout. They had a lot of pressure in that game one, but only 4 shots in a game number two there. So Vortex, they really played a lot better. I was very surprised. And once again, merely we talked about it in the last series, but maybe overcoming a little bit of those post-season nerves. It's a different beast. Obviously you want to win every single match, but once you get in the postseason, everyone's stepping up a notch, and the intensity is just that much higher.
And it is, of course, an all-time high when so much is on the line. Once again, you do have an extra life, but you really don't want to use it. Now 1-1, and speaking of extra lives, this is the game where one of these teams will go on match point. A very crucial moment in the series.
It will be one team heading to match point after this one. So we're in game number 3. This series tied up at 1 apiece. Both these teams looking to move on, looking to advance to that 7 seed. Is a banger shot. No, it's going to go off the post. Rick almost sent it in. That was such a good passing play, but not quite meant to be used. They're trying to drop another one down. 50 high off the backboard. Opportunity, but not going to go this time. That was a close attempt right there. And Vortex right away merely firing those passing plays.
And that is a really good attempt. Once again, it's just, and that's breakaway actually. Whiteout caught out of position. That's going to go all the way down. Vortex picking up right where they left off.
It looks like TJ has caught out, grabbing that boost in the corner, and Whiteout with their aggressive play style, maybe a little bit too aggressive there in that one, as Vortex is going to take the lead, and just the start they were looking for here in this one. So they're going to find it. TJ's gonna try to send it back, see if they can find a quick answer. Dissa, he's up for it, can't quite connect though this time. Cynthia on the dribble, trying to take it down, trying to take it slow, and force 2 Vortex defenders to jump. But still gonna be Stellar. He's able to push it out, for the moment at least. As Rick sends it in, Stellar. Grab some boost, gonna grab that ball, gonna look for one more, finds a great pass, opportunity, but T-Jazz shuts it down. Whiteout able to lock it down. Now it's T-Jazz trying to find something here. Cynthia sending it back down, but a little bit too far. Dissa coming through, dropping it down. T-Jazz trying to get to this one just a little bit wide. Gonna pop it up high. Dangerous ball. Dissa trying to get to it. Still floating there. T-Jazz, no boost, no power to push that one away. As this one's still actually gonna stick in the Vortex zone. Stiller trying to get it out. Whiteout still pressure in there. It's stuck in the corner, but DJ with a great clear, finally going to be able to open up a little space, but Whiteout able to lock that down, merely stay 1-0 here with Vortex in the lead.
And it seems like Whiteout, they've got the clamps on them, but they just can't find that finishing shot. It's so close, and that one might be good. Finally, the post becomes Cynthia's friend, and it does go bar down.
Yeah, Cynthia giving the post a little kiss there, right down and in, off the top bins, and that's a great shot there. Finally, Whiteout with all their pressure there, able to get that one home and tie this game number 3 right back up. Good on them to get that one back. It's T-Jazz trying to block it up. Stellar playing this one down. Stellar trying to give some chase. It's dropping though. In midfield, DJ looking for an opportunity. The ball is up high to Whiteout. Defenders commit though. T-Jazz, not a lot of boost. But this gonna get back to it. Let's stick with this ball. Gonna pinch it on the opponent there. Great idea from Dissa, but not quite gonna go as Stellar. Good luck for the flip reset. I'm gonna send it close. DJ off the backboard opportunity, but Dissa denies it away. It's a breakaway there. Can they turn it all the way in though? Dropping it down, but Stellar is gonna get back to it. And now it's the other way. A breakaway on the other end. Stellar trying to get to it, but Dissa gets back. And these 2 teams, they're just trading breakaways here. Is this one is gonna be pushed off to the side?
And it's so close for both teams, but neither one was I mean, I think that open net from Vortex actually was scoreable. A little bit of miscommunication there, but the margins are so close. There comes a shot and the pass, the crossbar once again to the rescue, and the defense manages to hold it down. They are just going back and forth. This is like a game of ping pong right now.
The high intense, high stakes game of ping pong right here as these two teams are firing shots. Another savior medal comes through from Cynthia as that's a 6th save from Whiteout already. Minute 30 remaining here. Good fake by Cynthia. Not a lot of boost though. Looking for a teammate. Trying to drop it down to T-Jazz. Jazz able to send it in. Firing a shot at net, but Stellar gonna make the save off the crossbar. Able to push it out there as Rick pops it up. Not quite the touch he was looking for though as T-Jazz coming in. DJ is gonna deny it away and send it down. Dissa trying to connect on that one. Dissa gonna take control, but Stellar find a block as this one pops up high. DJ looking for it. Cynthia sending this one down. Stellar can take control, try to find it off the backboard. Find that double, able to push it to the corner for the moment. So we're down to just under 50 seconds merely. Both these teams still at one apiece. And they're really fighting for these opportunities.
And it's such a close battle. I mean, both teams have had opportunities. Both teams have just barely missed their shot. With 30 seconds left now, only one of them has to make it to match point. And I mean, I can't even tell at this point if it's a problem of accuracy or the defense is actually playing this well. A lot of these shots that aren't going on target are getting saved in ridiculous fashion. It's just absolutely a battle of endurance, and neither team so far is winning, but 8 seconds left to get a goal in regulation.
Ball dropping down now. Dissa trying to fire the shot, but Stellar gonna pick up a savior medal as Vortex. Stellar actually gonna keep this one up in his own zone. This one is gonna touch the ground though, and we've got overtime here in game number 3. Both these teams trying to get to match point here and send themselves to the playoffs for a date with Hydra. Been on a roll as Dissa gonna find a demo. Actually gonna pick up an exterminator right there. This man is pulling up 7 demos here. So Menace on the pitch here, but is it enough here? Cynthia gonna make the save. His 4th of the game. Trying to push it out here. T-Jazz can't quite find a clear on that one. Dissa taking to the sky. This one off the side wall, dropping down. Rick gonna stay with it. Cynthia gonna get it by him. T-Jazz trying to get in the way. Stellar looking out there, throwing it off the backboard. Could be a dangerous ball, but that one not gonna find its target there. DJ couldn't quite put it down. Now it's Whiteout on the counterattack. T-Jazz, he bumps him out of the way, but that one not quite going to find the follow they were looking for. And both these teams merely, like you said, they're racking up the saves. Both of them with 7 saves each. Oh my goodness, going to make another one there. I counted 8. That one almost found the net there. But still, the defense is locking down for both these teams.
They're just farming saves. I mean, they're even shooting at their own net just to get more saves. What is going on? This is actually a crazy overtime and a crazy game in general. Part of me wants to say that both these teams just need to stop shooting it at the net. Like, try to shoot around the net and you might have more success. Because right now, both sides just seem desperate for a goal. You shoot it next to the net, you might have a great pass that's easy to follow. Instead of just sending something that the other team's obviously going to save. I mean, they've already got 8, maybe 9 saves now. This one isn't quite shootable either, but that ball will be, and Stellar ends the overtime. Vortex do manage to come out on top.
It's Vortex. They're going to finally break through after all the shots, all the attempts. They finally get it, and you know what? They can't save it if there's nobody in net there. And Stellar, he caught him out just in time there to get that one. Going to pick up the MVP medal as well in that one. And yeah, what a great performance by both those teams in that one as what is that? Is it 22 shots from both teams merely. So they were racking up the shots and then 17 saves. So it was just, I mean, what a back and forth game right there. And Vortex, they're going to be the ones coming out on top.
That is a much needed win for Vortex. I mean, that was a game. Once again, I'll say it again. It was a game of endurance. Just how many shots at net can you take before you break? Vortex managed to win that game. The crossbar might have been the real winner at the end of the day, but Vortex on paper is the team that goes up on match point. That was an incredible sequence, and now it feels hard to even predict what will happen next. I do think Whiteout they gotta bring us to Game 5 at this point. We've come this far. Um, I think if they can get back to their Game 1 ways, I honestly feel like they really were playing solid and fast in Game 1. And then Vortex managed to change a little bit, but Whiteout has not looked the same since. I want them to go back to that place and find that same Zen state where they were able to just ball chase and keep the pressure for our sake, so we get to see a Game 5, of course.
Yes, sir. We love the content here, and well, it's up to Whiteout. Can they provide us with some more of it here? They're gonna need a quick early one here. This one off the backboard, dangerous ball. They can't find it in. Dissa trying to turn it back around, but Stellar. Oh my goodness, he pinches it out. A Forbidden Temple save right there. Is
We're
somehow...
only 8 seconds in.
They're already providing the craziness here, and that one, it's Stellar again. Another goal. He puts it in 16 seconds worth of chaos.
Oh, and that's a big miss from Cynthia on the backboard. See, Rick, that is what I'm talking about. He doesn't shoot the ball, he just hits it around. Whiteout have been conditioned by 17 shots to expect that one to go towards their net. When it doesn't, they just fall apart. The great start from Vortex, and I mean, they could close it out. They could close it all out right here. Whiteout are the ones who need to bring it back.
Whiteout again find themselves in a hole here. We've seen a couple comebacks today so far in multiple games. Here is Rick looking to find that double, gonna find that touch, but not quite what he's looking for. Dissa, Cynthia, a little bit awkward together there, but Dissa still is gonna find the 50. Ball rolling down. Rick gonna find one touch. Cynthia gonna stay with it. That one getting banged out. T-Jazz trying to find a touch, gonna get demoed for his efforts. Dissa gonna push it around one, could be an opportunity, but Rick is back there. Dissa though, not quite able to make that touch as Whiteout starting to try to turn on this pressure. They know they've got to find something. Dissa is up, looking to find it. Can't quite get that one though. It's DJ. He's gonna block it around. T-Jazz taking this one up, trying to take it slow, keeping it awkward for Rick, but Stellar back on defense. And right now, merely what I'm seeing here, I feel like the Vortex defensive rotations have been absolutely on point at all costs as Rick is trying to get to that one.
Yeah, no, they are not the same team from early in the series. They've been able to get back for so many opportunities. This one might just be too much. Whiteout, and it will be Dissa who puts it in. Brings them back to an even game.
And nice little foot reset from T-Jazz and Cynthia with a great follow and a great bump to move the defender out of net. And once again, merely that's what it seems like it's going to take here. A pump or a demo. Once they clear out the net, they've been able to fire these ones on. And a great answer there from Whiteout. So trying to battle back and force a game 5.
And I do agree. I think that's a strategy. If the defense is too good, you just strip away the defense, and then there's no one left to save your shots. Of course, Vortex, they've been able to adapt thus far. They've been able to change up their strategy and make the necessary plays. We'll see how fast they can do that. That's a good shot on target, and DJ, no crossbar woes in this game. He'll snipe that top right corner.
Oh my goodness, what an angle right here on this one, just banging it right down and right in there. Able to give his team the lead once more. An excellent shot from DJ as he's trying to encourage his team here, trying to get him to the playoffs and do so with a win here tonight. And the winner will face Hydra in the first round of the playoffs. Loser will have to go Saturday night to continue on in the play-in tournament for one last chance. Whiteout right now might be looking at that position. They're gonna have to look for one more, but still a bit of time left in this one. I'm gonna do something as we're nearing halfway. Cynthia even it down. Dissa looking for the bump. Rick with a great touch, able to clear it away as all of Vortex is way out of net here. T-Jazz trying to get back to it, but a good cutoff. Dissa is gonna turn around and gonna find a 50. It's out to Cynthia. Cynthia high off the backboard, opportunity for a double tap, and he's gonna put it down. But Stellar, oh my goodness, on the goal line. The Vortex defense stands strong.
What a save! I mean, that is not easy to predict. And he might get back the other way. Cynthia is there in time. But Vortex, their defense has just increased by an order of magnitude, and they are looking so difficult to get the ball past. That seemed like it was completely free for Dissa. I'm sure he was already ready to take his fingers off the controller for a second and take a break, but not this time. Still a lot more work for Whiteout, down 2-1. And they have to bring this back or else, well, they're not entirely out, but it gets a lot harder from here.
It will get a lot harder. Right now, The task is in front of them. Minute 30 remaining. Trying to make something happen. Looking for a pinch, maybe. This one drops down. Rick, another save. That is the 9th save right now for Vortex. A brick wall on defense here. This one's sent back. Whiteout still trying to keep this pressure up. Dissa sends it down. Sends it in. Stellar gonna take control. Trying to look for something. Pushing out the midfield. T-Jazz find a one touch. DJ gonna take this ball. It's just Cynthia on the backboard. Dangerous. Gotta drop that one down. He does. A minute remaining here in this one. Whiteout have to find some sort of pressure off the backboard. Opportunity saved away yet again. Stellar shuts it down, but Cynthia trying to push it back in. Opportunity for a counter, but not gonna go. Dissa can't quite get it. T-Jazz out of the midfield, looking for the shot. It's fired towards it, but Stellar once again, he makes another save, his 5th of the game. Vortex locking this down right now. And Whiteout, once again, gotta keep the pressure on here. Fire this one off the backboard. It's floating, but Stellar takes the control. He picks up the double savior medal there. And once again, they just can't be denied on the defensive end. Is Cynthia. He finds a block, but Whiteout, the time is ticking. They gotta put the pressure on this ball out in the midfield. But Stellar clears it away. Dissa gotta control it. Gotta try to find another touch. Pushes it by one, but Stellar, he can't make that touch. Vortex looking to keep it around. Last chance here for Whiteout. Can they send it in? Dissa looking for a bump. T-Jazz, the demo comes through, but saved away again. Rick denies it. This one into the corner. The ball's still up, but now down. Vortex holds on with their defense. My goodness, what a performance.
Vortex, what was that? 12? No, sorry, 13 saves to close out in 4. I mean, it's easy to spot a triple flip reset. You could say that was great, but even easier to spot someone making saves that good. Stellar, especially, was 6 by himself. That was a phenomenal way to close out the series, and well deserved by Vortex. I mean, Roas, who these guys are the ones who have the insane defense.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's crazy. 13 saves to 1 on that one. Whiteout had all the pressure, but Vortex, they bent, but they did not break. And they're going to win that series. And what a performance by them. They are going to be moving on as the 7 seed heading forward. What a big win by them. Big congratulations to Vortex on that win. We got a couple of quick shout outs, and I got some interesting news as well. I guess a little bit of a surprise announcement in a second here. But first, before that, I want to throw it over to the subscriber screen so we can shout out our premium members here who have supported Nemesis thus far this season. Big shout out to everyone that support us on Twitch and on the on the in the Discord as well. We got a lot of great support from all you guys. The postseason is here, very hype. It's been a lot of fun on this one. So big shout out to all of our premium subscribers in the Discord who have supported us. Much love to all you guys. And yeah, Mirla, I also got a big announcement. I know people have been wanting, people have been waiting. They're like, Rocker Man, tell me about the money. Where's the money, Rocker Man? I want to know what the prize pool is for this season. So happy to announce we're looking at just over $750 for the prize pool for this season. So 780 for this prize pool. A lot of money. Thanks to all you guys' support. So big shout out to everyone again who supported us. We'll get a little bit more into the breakdown. Post it out in the Discord so you guys can keep an eye on it. But a lot of money merely to add to an intense playoff push.
Yeah, that's that's only going to raise the stakes for some. Most people aren't in here because they are trying to become millionaires off the Nemesis Gaming League. But it's nice. It adds a little bit more of the stakes. It adds a little bit more to each win as you push towards potentially receiving a share of that. So it is good to have that incentive there. And $780, it's a pretty nice chunk of change for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. W announcement.
W announcement. Love to see that. But yeah, that is the prize pool. We'll get more into the splits. Like I said, I'll post it out in Discord so we get more into the splits. But yeah, thanks to your guys' support, that is going to be the prize pool for this season. So hopefully, with the play-ins starting here, already had some crazy matches to start things off. So shout out to these teams, and we'll be back on Wednesday. Merely, there are going to be some good matchups as now officially we got through day one where, like you mentioned, the only time where you get a second life or the losers will play Saturday. But starting from this point on, merely on Wednesday, we got winner go home matches coming up.
Win or go home. My absolute favorite matches. Unless I go home on Wednesday, then I'll probably regret saying that. But it should be a lot of fun. We're gonna, of course, have all three of the leagues that have a play-in tournament back on Wednesday, and then we'll have the conclusion on Saturday. So you're definitely gonna want to tune in for those. If they were anything like the games today, then I will be glued to my screen as well. So it'll be a good time. Thanks for sticking around with us tonight, guys. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday.